Hello, followers, and welcome back to the Physical Media Show. Sorry about having to cancel last week, but sometimes real life happens, and we gotta deal with certain things. But everything is all good, and we are back with Tom and Runner. Welcome, guys.
Let's get physical.
Oh yeah, I wish I had one. I could be like, oh yeah.
Let's get physical. Oh yeah.
There you can do like Aaron Neville.
I want one of those too.
It's time for Physical Media Show.
Yes. And welcome everybody that's watching right now and everybody in the chat. I see we got a couple right now. We got Random Brad. Hell yeah, all hail. Welcome back, buddy. And we have Dan Blackroyd. Greetings, my friend. And I'm sure we'll get more people. We got more people watching than we do chatting. So, and Tyrell, how's it going, man? He says, "Yo, how's it going, Zine and all? Good to see everyone. Good to see you guys here." Joey Andrews, that's a new name. What's all the physical media news today? We're going to cover some of that that we talked a little bit about on 4K for you, but we'll cover a little bit here before we get into the titles for you guys that we brought tonight. So, hail to you guys all and welcome.
So, yeah, for those who do not know, Greg has joined us on 4K for you to help me out with that show because it's hard to keep up with all the new releases and check things in the background and keep up with all the news and the ins and outs. And since that's kind of what he covers over here, I figured no better person for the job. And yeah, so I'm glad to have him there. But of course, we'll cover all that stuff here too as well for those who aren't able to catch it, or for those into the little bit more, let's say B-movie type stuff and all that business. So cult films,
sci-fi that's more obscure, I guess.
Hey, Sean, how you doing?
Yeah, what's up, Sean? So like, if you missed some of it earlier, we'll talk a little bit about here. One of the bigger news is that we are getting The Lost Boys on 4K, more than likely around October, and we lost
a boy.
Look at that. So talk about The Lost Boys, and he disappears.
He's being meta.
Speaking of meta, I'm glad Nev Campbell is not coming back to Scream. There, I said it. Just like Tom. I'm glad. There should never been a Scream 5.
Yeah, that was... Yeah, did you finally see that yet or not?
No, I still am not.
Okay,
I've been running behind bad on things, so... but I really do plan on seeing it. I really truly do, because I need to see it. I need to get over with it. I got to get to my Paramount stuff. I've just been so busy lately with things and family. It's just been rough.
Do you like scaring? Hello, Sydney. Sydney, what'd you hang up on me for? What? You want more money? God damn. Who can we get it cheap to replace it real quick? What's Shannon Doherty doing?
Like,
Shannon Doherty from... I remember that.
That would be so meta if they did that,
that would
right?
be super meta if they actually did that.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, well, they had what's her face, Tori Spelling in the one.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, when Runner's runned out on us and he's in the chat,
he said, "I'm glad
he's restarting his computer for the second or third time tonight." Yes. We need to evidently get Runner a new computer. How's your computer doing? Did you get a new one or?
No, mine's going all right. I don't know what happened earlier. That was the first time that happened to me, where like none of my mics or camera worked.
Oh, there was an update. I had that issue. Like every time there's an update or a Google update or whatever, you usually got to reset all your audio shit.
I feel like that was what it was. Plot twist: Tatum is alive and replaces Sydney.
Oh Lord. Well, they do have what's her face, the one character I really liked from Part 4 coming back. It sounds like.
Yeah, she's coming back, but like, if I would have been more excited if the last movie was actually good.
Well, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I hate to say this, but without Sydney being in this movie, there's actually a chance it could be.
Yeah, I agree.
Because once you see the movie, you'll know what I mean. Like, there is 101 reasons why she shouldn't be there, and not one why she should be.
True.
So you're like, why is she here? And the plot has nothing to really do with her. She's just kind of there hanging out with Courtney Cox. Like, Courtney Cox even gives her a phone call. It's like, hey, girlfriend, guess what? Shit's going down.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, that's all good. I got kids. I got hubby. I don't need that shit. And then she cocks a gun and just walks away. It's like, that's all you needed.
Exactly. Hell, Victor Fontaine. You know what they should have, if they was brave enough, they should have did what Halloween, the new Halloween should have did in the first movie. They should have had her and this Ghostface have be some kind of like real connection and just end her. Just end it right there. You know, take her out, whatever.
Something, because like, otherwise, why have her in the movie? Because she really just kind of floats through the plot.
Yeah.
Like, she's just kind of there. Like, at least you understand why Courtney Cox is there. That at least you can kind of have a tie to Dewey to kind of pull him in. You don't need her. You could have just had that little cameo moment and then had the big return of her in this movie or something, then have it tie back to her. But no, that last movie was pointless. It's a bunch of weird crap you don't need mixed with all the stuff they already covered in 4 that Wes Craven did much better. And most people don't like 4 anyway, and they're fast tracking this 6th film. So to me, that does not Halloween Resurrection all over again, kids. Yeah, that's what I smell here.
I guarantee.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if with all this press, the last minute they work out some deal with Neve Campbell and give her a cool $1 million to have her get killed off in the first scene to pay homage to the first Scream. Mark my words here.
You know, I feel like that is probably going to happen, especially since that would be so Halloween Resurrection. That's what it feels like.
You know what I mean? And at the same time, it fits with the original Scream. So they'll think they're being fucking clever.
They're being super meta and clever.
They'll think they are.
We're better than Wes Craven. That's what I hate about legacy sequels. That's like my biggest pet peeve is like these people making these. I get that you got to promote your movie and you got to say that, yeah, this is better than the original. I get that. That's how you sell the movie. That's why you hire these people. But the thing is, they believe their own bullshit and literally believe that they're better than Wes Craven, John Carpenter, and Clive Barker and all them. They legitimately believe they're better than
I wish I could argue with you, but the movie itself kind of says that. It's kind of saying it to the fans, but also in a way by just being as pretentious as they were. I mean, they even have a character named Wes in the movie. Like, that's how, like, on the nose. I mean, you can find a way to pay homage without being so on the fucking nose. H2O is a great example.
Yes.
There's not a whole lot you can point in there and go, oh, they're clearly doing that from the first movie. Oh, I know what they're doing there. No, it's its own thing, but it that weight of what happened in the first 2 movies is there, but it's not like telegraphed and we don't get a bunch of callback memberberry scenes to it, right? Like,
right.
To me, I mean, I know it's not a great sequel, but it's a good example of how you don't have to rely on constantly dipping back into the original film. Force Awakens. Or, you know, it gets really sickening when you just got to kind of repeat the first movie all over again. Jurassic World. I mean, seriously, you think they could just come up with a new idea. It's just, it's just sickening.
Yeah, it is.
I'm sure we could come up with 5 or 6 more for me to cough, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I mean, I will say I liked the new Halloween movies. Halloween Kills, I have a love-hate relationship with that movie because I can enjoy it. But,
same here.
But I really think they should have killed off. They should have killed off Laurie Strode at the end of the first one and moved it on to the granddaughter. As sort of like,
or killed the granddaughter because I couldn't stand her. Or
the granddaughter, or moved it on.
That would have been a little bit more of subversion of expectations.
What's her name? Her daughter. That actress. She's a really good actress. She could have probably carried on the. Instead of being killed at the end of the second one. Spoiler alert.
No, I'm with you. I have like a love-hate with it. See, like at the first, I really hated 2018, but then after seeing Halloween Kills and watching 2018 right before it, I had a new kind of like, just kind of like, you know what, fuck it moment with it. It's like, we're not going to ever be able to go back to some of these old things. It's not like H2O isn't still there. It's not like Halloween 2 isn't still there. Now we just have another choose your own adventure, and Halloween's one of those franchises that has enough choose your own adventures. That
I'll be honest, I like that about the Halloween franchise. I like that choose your own adventure about it.
The only thing we're missing is a female Michael Myers at this point.
Give it time.
I know, right? Who's to say what's going to happen at the end of this next one? No, but like, so exactly. Like, for a lot of the reasons that people hate Halloween Kills, I'm like, that's what makes slasher films. Like,
Exactly.
the dialogue is shit. They keep repeating shit like evil has to die. And then everybody's
a little annoying, though,
all these characters are stupid and they make it's like, did you ever watch a slasher film before?
Have you never seen one? I mean, like even John Carpenter said, it's the ultimate slasher film. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, I totally got it afterwards. I'm like, oh my gosh, like Jesus Christ, how could I not see it with the first one? It's like, this is just, they're giving us one of those movies, right? Like we, you know, to me, it's the same kind of shit as Halloween 4.
Yeah.
It's not much different if you really look at it. Right, Kitty? Yeah.
Right.
Kitty's just all over me today.
Joey Andrews, I don't know if a Nightmare on Elm Street Legacy sequel would work, but I think a prequel could work with Robert Englund.
We just made a new word, Legacy-quel.
Legacy-quel. There you go, Legacy-quel. It's better than requel boot. That
Reboot-quel is the one that I made up, and then they had a requel, I think is what they called it in Scream, which I said that's dumb. But I like that.
Yeah. Where are you at, Runner? You coming back or what?
I don't know.
But yes.
Well, while we're waiting for him, we might as well go over some of the other releases.
Yeah,
of course, Child's Play was a big one.
Yes, Child's Play on 4K, which like you said, that really did take me by surprise. And leave it to Runner of all people to notify us that it was.
I actually saw it before Runner showed
did
me.
You? Because I didn't see it before then.
I was on my way to tell you guys, and like, that little fucker beat me to it. But it would just happen to be like the day I didn't get up till like 2 in the afternoon.
But yeah, that was a surprise. I'm really looking forward to getting those 3.
No, because my one guy who actually does once in a while get some news from Shout, he didn't even say boo to me about it. So it kind of came out of nowhere. Yeah. And it's not the first one that so much surprised me, because I've actually predicted that we'll get the first one in 4K for a while now. It's 2 and 3 that surprised me. And what also surprises me is we're not getting Bride of Chucky, but maybe they'll do that and Seed of Chucky on their own. Or something.
I would like to at least have 1, 2, 3 and Seed of Bride of Chucky, because those are probably my favorite ones.
And I think Bride of Chucky would look amazing on 4K because they shot that. Well, they shot that at the time. They even talk about it in the commentary on some new Kodak stock that really brought out the dark, rich blacks. So to me, and I remember it looking beautiful on DVD back in the day, and the Blu-ray is meh-ish. So I'm like, if you went back to the original negative, if what's his name, Ronnie Yu, who directed that, what he was saying is true, like, you should be able to, that should be like a reference quality 4K probably, with the type of film stock and the way he shot it, with very harsh darks and brights and the way it is. And he almost shot it like a black and white movie, but with color. It's really weird how to explain it. But if you watch the movie after thinking about that, or watch it with the commentary, you'll see what he's saying.
It does kind of have that feel to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not a filter. It's the way it was actually shot.
Now I really want that on 4K. I really want that on 4K.
Yeah, I think that one would pop like a motherfucker on 4K. But I'm worried because we're going to get into that. I don't know how Universal treats a lot of its. I'm curious to go back and look, because I remember Animal House looking pretty good. Yeah, I haven't watched like Blues Brothers and a couple of my other, like, The Thing looks great, but that was Studio Canal that handled that.
Yeah, they did it. And
we're going to talk about a 4K
Munsters. You said the Blu-rays were probably just as good as the 4Ks.
Well, that's a trade-off, because you have a problem there is they don't have the original negatives for all that. I don't think that's
true.
Especially for Dracula. I know they said they didn't. I don't know about Frankenstein or any of those, but I'm pretty sure they said for Dracula they did not. And yeah, the DVD and quality-wise just didn't seem like a huge leap, kind of like with Citizen Kane didn't seem like a huge leap. But that's another one they didn't have the negative for. But one they didn't have the negative for, and is probably still my standard for black and white movies on 4K, has got to be It's a Wonderful Life, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And it was just the type of film stock they used at the time. It's a fine grain interpositive that they have, and a couple other sources for that 4K Blu-ray. But it's just the type of film they had at that time. It just pops like no other black and white film I have on 4K, and I have a few. The only other one that I would say is as good is probably Dr. Strangelove, but of course that was shot in the late 60s when there was already color and stuff
what
like that.
What about the Psycho one? haven't watched
Psycho looked
my
pretty good
4K
actually, but
Psycho
see, that's a
yet,
Universal
so-
one, and I haven't watched it all the way through. I just kind of referenced it, and then I haven't gone back to it since.
So I haven't seen it since I bought it
I
myself.
basically, to be honest with you, I jumped to the shower scene because that's where the director's cut part of.
Yeah, where they added in like a minute extra.
Not even really, but
Yeah,
it's very
it
hardly
didn't really look
noticeable.
much different, did it?
Not really. It's about like the RoboCop director's cut. Oh, actually, that has more shit.
That does. Brian Barth, you could argue that question for a long time about Donald Pleasance or Jamie Lee Curtis is better for Halloween because Donald Pleasance stuck around throughout the whole series.
I wish Donald Pleasance was still alive in H2O.
Me too.
That's the only thing that's missing in H2O.
That is what's missing. And I love Jamie Lee Curtis in the role of Laurie Strode, but I think they've relied on her too much. I really think they should have just killed her off in the first one.
Yeah, I'm not totally in disagreement with you. Like, I like the fact that she's kind of like this survivalist. I like the idea that they're kind of setting up this idea that Michael, and this is what I said, that's the only thing that makes sense to me, is that Michael don't give a shit about who you are.
Yeah.
He's just after babysitters or anybody who's in his fucking way.
Right.
And that they've kind of reestablished with Michael, and I like that aspect of it. So from there, you can pretty much put anything on, on in the background as noise, and I'll be fine with it. So that's why I didn't mind having her sitting in the hospital, and I kind of liked her thing with that cop. And
yeah, I did like that. I did like him and her together.
I really dug going back to the night and kind of revisiting that in a different form.
Oh, those flashbacks. That was, other than where the bully got bullied by them 3 kids, those flashbacks was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of weird, but it also sets up Lonnie, why he probably would have... Because isn't that supposed to be Lonnie, the one that...
Yeah, it's supposed to be Lonnie who was bullying Tommy. And then,
yeah. So, I mean, like, it's kind of
I think they could have did that without him being bullied by the kids. They could have just had Michael scare the shit out of him, and then he would have seen how bad he was treating Tommy.
Exactly. And then the same thing with why was the survivors of that night all at some karaoke bar or whatever. That part was a little like, huh?
That was like, yeah.
You could have brought the nurse in a completely different way.
Yeah.
Like a completely different way. You just had her show up last minute as I got fucking Loomis's fucking files. And like, what do you mean you got Loomis's files? Like, I have them.
Or they could have did a callback to H2O because she was like, wasn't
in a
she
weird
the one
way,
taking
yeah.
care of him
That's what I'm
house?
saying. It's kind of like a same thing. Like she would have been the one to take care of him until he died. And she's like, yeah, I took care of him until he died. And I have all his fucking files. And they're like, well, no wonder we couldn't find these. You know, and that kind of shit. And then you can have some new revelation come from that. But no, like, it'll be interesting to see what the third film is. Welcome back, Runner.
Yes, Runner. Hello.
Hey, what's up? What's up, nerds?
Get him out.
Picking up my thing all right? All right, fuck you.
We were just yakking until you got back.
Yeah, we was just talking. And
now
you know, it's
you're
kind of
here.
funny that we're talking about slasher stuff tonight because 2 of my picks are slasher oriented.
Most of mine are weird.
I have one pick.
Yeah.
I have one pick that's like a weird slasher movie, but I think you guys have seen it.
Okay, cool.
It's actually I'll say this Joey's comment on what he thinks the next movies from Shout to get a 4K transfer. I have one of those movies.
I believe I have one of those movies that will probably get a 4K.
I think most of the ones you mentioned there will be getting one.
Yes.
The only exception might be Shocker.
Yeah, I haven't heard much about that, but the rest of them, yeah.
Yeah, the rest of those, though, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
In fact, I think Sleepaway Camp has been rumored. We just haven't mentioned it because we've been gone for 2 weeks.
I've seen people be talking about that. A couple channels I've watched are talking about that. So
yeah, I remember hearing something about that one.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom. Did you hear about a Ghostbusters animated series in the works by
You're
Jason
only like
Reitman?
The 50th person to tell me today, but thank you. Yes, I did.
I
we talked about
am
it this
or I'm
morning,
not.
too. You are like the 50th.
You are the 50th person.
Okay.
No, it's cool. I'm used to it. I'm glad, and hopefully, like I was saying this morning, hopefully they do it in the vein of real Ghostbusters. That'd be even cooler.
Yeah, that would be cool. Because I mean, it's kind of weird because they're coming out with that video game that looks like a sequel to Afterlife, and I'm like, because they're also making an actual like sequel to that in live action, right?
Yeah,
they announced that. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know when we're getting it, but
because with that end credit scene, it's like, yeah, you could do an interesting sequel to the movie. It doesn't need to be made, but
We'll see.
Joey wants to join in. What kind of microphone you got? And you got headphones and all that stuff, Joey. That's the question.
Yes.
And have you ever used StreamYards?
I don't even know if I follow.
Because Runner can barely keep it running.
That's because I have a shitty office PC.
Fuck you guys.
I live in my parents' basement.
I live in my parents' basement.
Oh, he says he'll join in here.
Yeah, if you got a mic and stuff, let us know. We'll give you a shot. I mean, that's not a problem.
I really don't.
It's not my
Greg,
channel.
shut
So.
up.
Yeah, he said he'll join in here in the comments.
Absolutely, you're more than welcome, man.
Yeah. Saigon J Skins. I'm sorry if I've been mispronouncing. He wants the Transformers Armada on DVD. I just seen the all the original Transformers big buck set. I seen that out recently. So
I got the original DVD. It looks all right. They need to do those in Blu-ray.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I can't believe of all the 80s shows, and I can't imagine that those at least got tossed like He-Man and shit.
Victor, that's every physical media show.
That's
Let's
every
be
physical
honest.
media show. But see, now if some like
Greg is a
troll come in
dick.
and started picking on Runner, though, we'd all gang up on that troll.
He's like the little brother. We can give him shit, but nobody else can.
Yeah, he's like the kid's sister.
You can only give me shit.
Sister.
You can only give me shit if I say so. Like if I
No, that's not how it works.
No, it is how it works. Is if I know you really well, yeah, you can give me shit.
Well, that's fair, but that doesn't matter. I'm gonna give you shit whether you like it or not.
I know you will, and that's my point, Tom. Is I'm okay with that. That's
you could be
literally
damn
all
near
I'm
on your
saying.
deathbed, and I'd probably still give you shit.
That fucking kid's not dead yet.
How the hell?
Well, Dan, you
Of course
brought
you
up
get
his
yourself
name,
put in
so
traction.
Well, Dan, you brought up his name, so that's your own fault.
Runner's not running much now, is he?
Joey, we'll show our picks here soon, and then like if you just have something laying down that you want to talk mention after we show our picks and talk about it a little bit, you can pop.
There's
drop it
no
in the
real
chat.
semblance to it. We just grab whatever we've enjoyed for the week, it seems like, usually, or picked up, and it helps to have a few things to say about it, just you know what? Watch the show, Joey, and you'll get an idea of what we do here.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, we do have a few more announcements. I think that you may have wanted to do.
Joey, are you on Twitter? Because you can contact one of us.
I hope not. Twitter's a nasty place, but yeah.
I agree. I hope it gets better.
Well, we're getting a new version of Death Wish 3, and little did I know. I thought it was an older release. In fact, I've got it way early.
Yeah, I was gonna say I seen you got that,
and it's a 4K.
No, it's a new 2K scan though, and it looks leaps and bounds better than the other one, and it actually has a couple of special features on it, but not the same stuff that my import version has on it. So, decide how you want to deal with that. But it's a little bit more pricey. It's a $40 disc right now. Now it probably will drop down at least another.
That's almost as much as Part 2 on 4K.
Exactly. Now my thing is, I think it'll drop probably $10 at least. It's because it's in that pre-order price range right now.
Yeah.
But this is from I can't remember the name of the company, but they're like
was it Umbrella?
No, it's not Umbrella. That was the import one.
Oh.
It was that one company I went through to get that Van Damme movie too.
Oh yeah, I remember, but I can't remember the name of it. I remember what you're talking about.
Scorpion, I think it is. Scorpion?
Scorpion.
Yeah, I think it's Scorpion release or something like that. But no, it's a decent transfer compared to the other one. Yeah, I think it's worth it if you want a better version of it. Nice slip cover to it, that kind of stuff, but not worth $40. But I think it's in very limited print. That's why. So, yeah, it's a new. It's a new scan. It has an audio commentary with Paul Talbot, which I think is carried over, and then it has an interview with the actor Kirk Taylor, who plays the Giggler. Yeah, so there you go.
That's cool. That's cool. And I saw that earlier. Yeah, I've been meaning to get into those Death Wishes after we talked about them because I haven't seen them in so long. And
I seen that they did a foreign. You know what? I seen they did a foreign release with 1 through 5 since I've got mine. Yeah, so you might want to look into that. Do you have a region free player?
No, I've been meaning to pick one up on that too.
Maybe I know what to get you for Christmas now. Or when's your birthday?
I've been. What?
Or when's your birthday?
It was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We missed your birthday. We missed my birthday too, though. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I meant to, like I was telling Runner, man, I would stream more, and I probably would have did a birthday stream, but like with what happened like last week, that's one of the reasons why I don't get to stream as much. So
yeah, well,
where I
I'm
had
just
to
glad
cancel
there was
last week.
Yeah, I'm just glad things worked out.
Yeah, because when you got to take care of kids and parents with issues, it happens.
Did you mention Heat?
Oh no, we did not mention Heat tonight, but
Heat's been official now. And then you have Frisco Kid coming from Warner Archive. I think that was one we forgot earlier. Red Dawn, of course. Leap of Faith, Domestic Disturbance. You mentioned all those. I don't know what else you got on your list there. So
we talked Lost Boys. Christmas Vacation on 4K.
Yep.
I like the Transfers movies. Transfers 4 just has got a Blu-ray release. And we lost Runner
again.
Thank you, Joey, for the happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
That reminds me. I asked you. I don't think anybody answered me that question though. The Evil That Men Do, starring Charles Bronson, is that on Blu-ray?
I don't know. It's a good question.
I saw that and I've been wanting to get that one too.
My internet can suck a dick, dude.
God damn it!
Yeah. What else? Boggy Creek we talked about. Let's get a 4K. The Legend of Boggy Creek. Lost Boys Part 2, The Runner.
And to answer your question, it looks like it's had a Blu-ray release.
It does.
One movie, 2 cuts, but it looks like a foreign release.
Oh man. Yeah, I've been meaning to get a region free one because I've been cruising through like Diabolic and some other places, and I've seen a couple that I want to get. There's a Jeffrey Combs movie that I've seen that is coming from Germany. It's an H.P. Lovecraft movie, and I've been meaning to get that for a while. So, yeah, I've been meaning to jump on that train.
Yeah, it looks like they're all foreign at this time. That seems like one Kino would get on sooner or later.
Yeah, hopefully. Because I remember that one being a pretty decent one. It's been a very long time, but I remember it being decent. Starscream is awesome, man. He's one of my favorites. Yes, Lost Boys on 4K is a definite pickup. And possibly, if we're lucky, we can get Lost Boys and Fright Night in October on 4K.
Fright Night.
For real. Yes, Joey Andrew. Necronomicon is the name of the movie.
Necronomicon.
Yes. But I think that was about it. You think?
All right.
Yeah.
Let's get into this business.
Runner, you want to go first since your internet's going out on you here and there?
Yeah. Yeah, sure thing.
All right. It's for everybody that's new here. We usually talk like that before we get in about new releases and other shit. And then we start showcasing we each pick 4 picks of what we watched or got, and we showcase it here. So if you're new here, that's what we do. So Runner, the floor is yours.
Do it.
Hello?
Do it.
You like cut out on my end for
Do it.
Do it. The floor is yours.
All right, the floor is mine. This is a movie that it just dropped on 4K yesterday. I picked it up. It's a great fucking movie. It's probably my second favorite movie this year. And it's not the type of movie it's very rare a movie like this would come out nowadays. And that is The Northman.
I have yet to see it, but I've heard good things about it.
Amazon's being slow this week.
Greg, I think you'd really like this movie, Greg.
Oh, I would say I tend to like his movies. The director, other than The Witch, I didn't really care for The Witch. I know that's sacrilege to some people, but I didn't care for it. But yeah, go on, Runner. Talk about it a bit.
Dude, you're like really glitching from my end.
Is that me?
That's your internet, dude.
I think that's your internet, Runner.
What Runner's trying to say is this movie is like Conan tripping balls. I haven't seen it yet. But as I was saying, I was supposed to get it yesterday, but Amazon's being late this week.
I know. You've had trouble with your shipments.
I swear my mail only runs like every other day now. It feels like.
So I feel like that here sometimes. Like we literally we'll go a couple days with like 1 or 2 pieces of mail, and then we'll get a stack, like huge stack.
I know, it's like every Tuesday and Thursday. It seems like there's no mail, and I don't know.
But Random Brad says it's an overhyped movie. It's good, but not great. I've heard that too. Yes, Northman is streaming on Peacock, but I don't have Peacock.
It's on the cock.
I don't care for Peacock.
Yeah, it's a pretty shitty streaming service. I got to remember to quit paying $5 a month for it.
Well, I got a free 7-day trial just to watch Halloween Kills, and then I canceled it.
I did too, but I forgot to cancel.
We lost Runner again.
We lost him again.
It's not really horror. It's the Northman, Joey Adams. It's like Tom said, it's like Conan on tripping acid or something. It's very bloody, very violent. Viking Hamlet. It's like Vikings meets Hamlet.
All right, I'm back.
There you are, Runner.
I'm here. So what you guys were talking about the Northman?
Well, we was wanting you to talk about. Yeah, because we haven't seen it. So
yeah, it's a great fucking movie. I don't care what anyone says. And the only other movie I've seen from Robert Eggers was The Lighthouse. But The Northman is better than The Lighthouse, I'd argue. There's a lot to The Northman that is really, really fucking good.
Dan Blackwood says The Witch is boring, which I agree, and The Northman kind of follows the same dullness.
Well, as long as it ain't as bad as people were saying Green Knight was, because I bought that thing and everybody's like, yeah, that thing was boring.
I haven't watched it. Is it any good?
Really? I don't know. I haven't checked it out yet.
No.
I picked it up yesterday, but then I put it back because I'm like, I could get that for cheap on like Black Friday or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on that. But like the Northman, that was an instant pickup for me.
I plan on watching it. I've never seen it, but I've heard, like I said, I've heard good things here and there. Like I've heard people say it's really good, and then I've heard people say it's good, but it's just a little overblown. I think Brad, and then said Random Brad here says.
I'll be honest with you. Like I agree with Andre from Midnight's Edge. Like those that were like disappointed by the movie probably thought it was gonna be like Braveheart or Gladiator, and it's nothing like that. Because that's what they kind of marketed it as, but it's nothing like that.
Yeah, well, like I said,
Viking horn.
Plus the movie's historically accurate, so there's that.
Is it now?
It's, but I've heard, like I said, I've heard. I can't speak on it. I really can't speak on it. So
he's fairly accurate.
Fairly? I thought he said 100%.
I don't know.
I'm pretty
some bullshit in it.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure. Like I watched like one of your Friday streams, and then someone asked him how accurate it was.
It's probably pretty accurate. Probably.
Yeah,
I'm sure they didn't speak English, but.
Oh, I bet not. But like,
I literally heard somebody. And I always thought this person was the dumbest person I've ever seen. It's like, because they're going to do with the new Predator movie, speaking of which, Prey, they're going to do a Comanche only track for it. Yeah. And somebody like some like white knight was like, oh, thank God, because that was like the biggest issue I had with the trailer was they were all speaking English. And I'm like, you're just
say apocalypto, motherfucker. It's Predator. And the stupid thing is, I looked it up. There's about 100 people who still speak the Comanche language. So less than 100 people are going to get the enjoyment out of this without watching it in subtitles with badly dubbed lines.
Exactly.
It sounds like the opposite of the Passion of the Christ when I found out that there was an English dub. And you're like, really? That's got to be kind of funky, though. And don't get me wrong, like, look, a lot of movies have a lot of ADR in them, right?
It's true.
Especially the Star Wars movies, like 90% of all those movies are ADR. But it's different when the mouths aren't moving with it and all that stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll have to check out The Northman. It's a little bit of a mixed reaction in the chat. Some people loved it. Some people thought it was good, but a little overblown. Brian Barth says it really flew by.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So,
it's an entertaining movie. I recommend it.
Yeah, and then we'll check that. I'll check it out. I will. That is on my list. I have so much to watch. I really do. Got to get to it.
No, this is like I said, Greg. Like this is the type of movie. Like when you watch it, you'll even whether you like it or not, you're gonna be like, "Damn, I can't believe this movie was made in a time like." Because like for a modern movie, it's like, how was this even made in a time like this? You know what I mean? Like you're gonna be like that.
Robert Eggers, man.
For someone who doesn't care about modern entertainment, just like most of us here, yeah, you'd really like it. I didn't like it as much as Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick is still number one as far as I'm concerned.
That's one I gotta see too. So I got a couple to see.
You'll like that a lot more than the first one because it is better than the first one.
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, watch it before they take it down because of the whole Paramount shit.
Oh, there's always find a way to watch it, even if they take it down. There's always a way.
Yeah, there is always a way, but if they release the physical media stuff, get that as soon as possible.
Joey Andrews says, first time watch Threads 1984. I've never actually heard of that one. Completely shocked me, and it made me afraid World War III was actually going to start, considering what's going on today. That's weird. But speaking of which, Red Dawn on 4K from Shout Factory, by the way. That reminded me of that. I've never seen that one. Have you seen that, Tom? Threads?
No,
I've never even heard of it. But yes, it's a good first pick there, man. Good first pick. So let's go on to you, Tom. What do you have for your first pick?
Oh, Lord. Well, this first one was a movie that came out. When did it come out? Like 2000. I want to say like 15 or 16, somewhere in there. 2015, 16. Michael Keaton, the McDonald's movie.
Oh, the Founder.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen this.
I've seen most of it. I haven't seen the ending of it yet, though, but I've seen most of it.
Kind of know how it ends.
Yeah. I mean, I pretty much, I saw I was watching it on like HBO in the background one day or something on TV. I can't remember what channel, but
No, I actually enjoy it. I love true stories anyway, but no, but it basically is the story of Roy Kroc, who started out in different sales. Like he started with paper cups and these fold-a-nook things and some other things, and he kind of hit it big with mixers. And I mean, it does play a little fast and loose with some of the actual events, and it does kind of paint Kroc in a bit of a wonky light in some places, and it paints the McDonald's brothers as a bit naive and innocent in a lot of places, but overall it does do a pretty good job of telling the basic outline of how McDonald's came to be within 2 hours. And it's a very interesting story about basically how Roy, like I said, started out with the mixer thing, and he noticed that
the milkshake.
Yeah, the brothers had wanted, I think it was 6 or some mixers or 8 mixers or something like that in one order, and he couldn't believe it. So he went down there to see what they were up to, and he noticed how efficient their system was. And the movie kind of posits that they invented fast food. That's not true, but what they did do is kind of perfect it in a way. And is that you doing that, Runner, or is that you doing?
I think that was me on accident.
Okay.
I was gonna that wasn't me.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
But yeah, so like then at that point he's like, you got to franchise it. So they's like, well, we did try that and it didn't turn out too well. It's hard to do the QC, and he's like, well, that's why you need a guy like me to make sure that it works out that way, and you get people in there who actually know what they're doing or want to work and all that kind of business. And it kind of goes through those motions, but he finds out that his contract is very limiting and he wants to renegotiate his deal. So, and other things that the brothers really he keeps hitting brick walls with them on certain things that they just won't bend on. So he finally realizes through one of his partners in the business that it's more important to own the land and all that kind of stuff than it is to own the actual business. And so he kind of from underneath the brothers, it's a really interesting story about how he basically stole McDonald's in a way. It's not. He didn't really steal it though. That's the thing.
I mean, but it just feels dirty the way he did it. But
it does,
really...
but it doesn't. But like I said, the movie does a really poor job of showing. It shows Croc is really cutthroat. It doesn't really do a good job of showing. I mean, it does a little bit, but like they were really tying his hands with a lot of things he could like. They even like butted heads with him about like a fucking furnace. Like that's in the movie too, right? Like he's like, it's in the Midwest. You got to have a furnace. It's the wintertime. It's like, well, we didn't do our design for a furnace, so we have to do this and this and that. And he's like, you guys are just getting in the way of, you know, like progress here. Because if you guys, what's really kind of neat about the movie is you realize how quickly this all kind of came to fruition. Because I mean, we just sit here and we think like, well, McDonald's has always been there, right?
Right.
But this, you know, the story starts in the 50s, in the mid 50s, and it isn't until the 70s that, you know, McDonald's really became the big company that it was. And McDonald's was actually one of the last companies to have drive-through, believe it or not, as well. So, I mean, I don't remember if they cover that in the movie, but like, it's just knowing what I know about the history of McDonald's and what they put into this movie. They did a pretty good job. Michael Keaton does a great job in it. Like I said, they play fast and loose with some of the narrative, but I think it's a very decent film. It was praised at the time, and rightfully so. And
you got from what I remember seeing of it, it was really good.
Check it out. Yeah, it'll make you want to eat some McDonald's.
Some Whoppers. Oh wait, that's the wrong one.
God, I need a break today. But I'm sure you've heard somebody say the term, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean.
Yes.
Ray Kroc was the first man known to say that.
Really? Yeah. That's cool. I have to watch that all the way through again because I really did miss the ending of that. I was just like half paying attention.
Well, it's the story's like told real fast paced, so you got to kind of keep up with it at certain points. But yeah,
you know, like when you're sitting there and you're watching a movie and the dad comes in and he just like slowly starts watching it and turns it away. That's what I felt like when I was watching it. But yeah, I'll check it out. I remember it being pretty decent.
Here's the thing: I worked at a McDonald's. That was my first job, and I fucking hated it.
But yeah, that's a good one. That's not even on 4K, especially with all the he was nominated.
Believe it or not, no. I think it might be in digital, but not on disc that I know of. Laura Dern's in this too. I suppose I should mention that.
Oh yeah, and I know the guy that played Ron Swanson. He's one of the McDonald's brothers. Yeah. I'll check that one all the way out through. Watch that all the way through. That's cool. I guess we'll go to me now, and
your turn.
This was,
Your turn.
This was one of my birthday presents, and believe it or not, it's actually not a Blu-ray, DVD, 4K, or VHS. It kind of goes along with the thing we've been talking about here for a little bit, but that would be the Teenage Slasher Movie Book. It's a history of all the slashers from Psycho to whatever year this was made. It's like 2019, I think it goes up to. But yeah, it's a pretty good book, and it covers all the history and of like what makes them special, what was going on at the decade at the time there was happening, and some of my favorites, the nudity. Oh, there's a really great Nightmare on Elm Street. Nancy.
Nice.
That is cool. Book?
It's called the Teenage Slasher Movie Book. This is the second revised and expanded edition. There's Happy Birthday to Me. It's pretty cool. It covers a lot of like how the nudity influenced everything, and how like Jason and Freddy and all them really took off and their mainstays, and it's just like the full history. There's Tom's favorite.
No.
What about Urban Legends?
Like I said, that one's not quite as bad, but it's still.
It goes all the way up. Oh, there you go. Freddy versus Jason.
That's a good one. I like that poster too.
I like that one too. That was one of my favorite posters. Oh God, Black Christmas remake. Oh, it's horrible. But yeah, it goes all the way up.
I think I watched that stupid thing.
And like speaking of which, Halloween. It goes all the way up to that. So yeah, it's a really good book. Go ahead.
No, I just said nice.
Yeah, it's a really good book, and I was glad to get it. Something I asked for. It just covers a lot. Yes, Sleepaway Camp is in it. Joey Andrews, yes. The author is a ton of commentary. It's always interesting. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, J.A. Kerswell is author, yeah. But yeah, it was really great. It's got some really great artwork in it. Some of the foreign posters and regular posters and artwork that wasn't used. And it's just like I said, it starts from the 50s and goes into the 2000s. Oh, there's a great. I like that.
Oh, the video poster for part 2.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and it even has a nice fold out. Cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I was glad to get that. I love me some slasher films, and now I have the history of the slasher film in book form. I figured that you guys brought on books once before, and I figured I'd bring on one of mine tonight that I just got. So there's that. That goes, like I said,
Fucking
I got.
nerd.
I know. I'm so sorry. I'm ashamed. My parents don't even talk to me.
Let me guess, you read too, huh, nerd?
Yeah, I do. I read books, novels with thousands of pages.
Not even comic books. Listen to this fucking nerd.
Not even comic books. I like that. But yeah, if you're into like the 80s and all them slasher films, which I'm huge into, there you go.
And I like that a lot of those posters, they're the clean versions where they don't have all the writing and stuff.
Yeah, they don't have the writing on it, so it's really good. It's pretty interesting. I haven't made it through all of it yet, but it's really interesting to hear like the stories and everything that went on to get these. Pray you can take it. The co-ed murders. I don't know if I can show this page. Actually, I better not. There's a chick with her breast out, so I better not show that.
Oh damn!
I was going to, but I can't show that. I don't want to get a claim.
Son of a bitch.
Here you go.
Cover up the two booby. The Single Girls.
I don't think I've ever heard of that one, so I'll have movies I can pick out now too that I could buy.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
So that's another good reason why I like this. Give me ideals.
Too bad Mike's not here. He'd be like, "Yeah, that's all mainstream movie shit."
Yeah, Mike would be like, "That's nothing. You want this? Here's this from Europe. 15th different copy of it. That's the."
He's cool. Like, "Yeah, I bet you that doesn't have the East Indian horror film this, that, or the other."
True. Oh yeah, the Slasher Podcast author. I'll have to listen to that.
We're all nerds.
Nerds. I agree, Dan Blackroyd. Poster art has gone away. It's just like Tom was like he talks about the Friday the 13th remake. It's just his mask on a black background.
Yeah. That was the teaser poster anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what the hell is that?
It's me.
Ah.
What are you doing?
I'm on the phone because
it just sounded weird there for a minute, like a pot cracking.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm using my what do you call them? Wireless.
Phone. Yeah, I know. It just the noise was like sounded weird. Night Owl says they are pretty cheesy now, but at the time they present it as possible real, accompanied by news specials. I want to tell you kids steps. Oh.
I'm shutting down this computer. Fuck my internet. Fucking right in the ass.
All the single ladies.
You just put a ring on it.
Yeah, no, she didn't like me. I had to get rid of her. Dating's hard, especially when you're a nerd.
We're a bunch of incels.
But yeah, if you're looking for a good slasher book about the history of the slasher movies, I recommend it. And plus, it helps you find a bunch of movies that you may not have known about. So there you go.
I might get that.
Yeah.
I added it to my Amazon cart.
There you go. It's not too expensive either, I don't think.
No, it's like $25. Yeah.
Runner using AOL dial-up.
You got mail.
Anyways, that was bad. Yes.
Welcome. You got mail.
That guy made $1 million just from saying that.
Really?
If I had the voice. But Runner, what do you got for us? If you can show us your next pick?
All right. My next pick is a slasher film. It's a very weird one. I watched it a a couple of weeks ago. I wanted to show it last week, but unfortunately, Greg had to cancel, so we couldn't do that.
Well, excuse me for having health issues in the family.
No, I know. I know. But I don't know how to describe this movie. It's really fucking weird, but I really enjoy it. It's directed by Wes Craven. We all like Wes Craven.
Oh, definitely.
Great fucking director. And yeah, this is one of his like few movies other than Scream and Nightmare on Elm Street that I have seen, and that is Shocker. I don't know if you can see that.
Shocker's barely seeable. Shocker's a great flick.
Yeah, Shocker was really fun.
Was his name Horse Pinker, right?
Who?
Wasn't the guy, the killer, Shocker? His name was Horace Pinker or something. What was his name?
Some I don't remember his name.
It's a great flick. It's one of his like early '90s ones, and I love the premise that like he jumps through the TV sets and he goes through like the TV shows, and they're like really bit cheesy and stuff. I love that. It's full and over the top. It's a great classic one. Yes.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun one, and it's the Shout.
Yes, Shout
edition.
It's a great film. If you've not seen it, what's her name is in it. Barely. I don't know if you guys know this, but Nancy from A Nightmare on Elm Street. What's her name?
Really?
Yeah, I cannot even think of her name.
Heather
I used to know. Yeah, Heather Langenkamp is actually in Shocker. Can you guess what scene? Yes.
She's one of the cheerleaders. She's one of the cheerleaders from the football game.
No, she's not.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be my best guess.
Technically, all you see is her arm.
What?
She is the dead body on the news that they're wheeling away on the stretcher.
Oh. That's terrible.
That is her scene in the movie. She was there on set visiting Wes Craven, and that's how he put her in the movie.
Hey, you want to do me a little favor?
Fresh meat.
Fresh meat. Finger looking good. Oh,
nice hearing from you, Carlos.
I love the fact that Robert Englund says that's his favorite kill because it shows that Freddy doesn't care.
It is the best
who
kill,
you are, because he says he's a diverse killer. So he doesn't care who you are or what disability you have. He's going to kill you. So that's awesome. Yes, Shocker's a great flick.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. I also watched Last House on the Left recently.
I'm not too much of a fan on that movie.
I mean, it's his first movie, right?
Yeah, but I'm not a huge fan of it.
I mean, it's not like I mean, it's not great, but I bought the Blu-ray from Arrow just so I can get myself.
It's worth to have in your collection if you're a Wes Craven fan.
Kreese is in it.
Yes, Kreese is in it. Yes,
yeah, he is.
Yes. Yes,
let's be real. The last half hour of that movie is really what's good about it.
Yeah, anyway. That's what when the parents really, yeah.
That was probably the best scene.
He is.
I love what Dave Blackroyd said. That's what I was laughing at. Runner taking that broadcasting from his parents' basement to the fullest.
Fuck
broadcasting
you.
live from his folks' basement in Toronto.
What's up,
you,
Steven?
Dan Blackroyd, piece of shit.
But yes, if anybody out there has not seen Shocker, I do recommend Shocker. It is a great Wes Craven flick. It's one of his underrated ones. He was trying to start a new sort of like horror franchise with that, but it didn't really go anywhere, which is a shame because what's his name? Mitch Pileggi, who plays Shocker. I'm not even sure if it's his name. He really eats up the scenery in that movie as Horse Pinker. Joe Adler says his next pick was Lucio Fulci's The Beyond, personal fave. See, you would get along with Mike a lot because I have not seen a lot of Italian horror. I don't think most of us have seen a lot of Italian horror. Mike knows all the cool stuff.
Italiano horror, they got more boobies.
Yes, they do have some really great breasts scenes. Yeah, very
More
nice.
of them.
Oh
yes.
yes, Mitch Skinner in X-Files. Yes. Last House on the Last. It is creepy. I'll be honest with you, it's a rough watch because, like Tom said, really that last bit is what you're looking for, and it's hard to get to that last bit.
The last bit is the best. There's
It's
no
hard to get
argument
to
over that.
And he actually, Wes Craven actually took, I can't remember what movie it was. It was another horror also guy's thing. He actually took the rated R thing from them and put it on the movie because the movie was actually not rated by the MPA. So like he kind of got in trouble for doing that. Yeah.
Just keep repeating.
Yes.
It's only a movie. It's only a movie. It's only a movie.
It's a good pickup runner. I like it. Dig it. Tom, what do you got for us?
Dig it. You're mucking with a G-Paw.
I can dig it.
This is one that I got last week.
Oh, the Untouchables.
I bought that. I got that too.
This is, of course, the Steelbook edition.
I got the Steelbook too. It's not
Guess
one of my
what? I'm going to give away a free copy. Hey, if you can actually
if
read
anybody
it.
can see it, there you go. Free digital copy.
You can't read it? No.
It's very hard from my perspective, but I'm on a
you're
phone,
not going to be able to read it. I'll read it out loud or put it in the chat.
I'm watching the stream from my tablet, and yeah, it's blurry as shit.
Yeah,
and whoever claims it, make sure you put it in the chat that you claimed it, so nobody else tries to keep trying it.
But yeah, I mean, it's a Brian De Palma's classic, The Untouchables, extremely loosely based on the story of how they brought down Al Capone.
Robert De Niro plays Al Capone.
Yeah, Robert De Niro plays Al Capone, and you got Sean Connery and Charles Martin Smith and Andy Garcia, of course. Great flick.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it a few days ago for the first time. It was really, really fucking good.
Nice. I've seen it a long time ago. It is a really good movie. So what does it look like in 4K?
And I bought the Steelbook as well, like Tom.
I remember my dad watched the old Untouchables TV show with what was his name? It wasn't the guy that did Unsolved Mysteries.
Yes.
He played Elliot Ness.
Yes.
Yes, my dad watched that, and then we watched the movie with Kevin Costner and stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah, the movie looks pretty good. It's from the negative, from as far as I can tell, for the most part. There's a few shots that aren't, but sound is the big upgrade. It's got a Dolby Atmos upgrade to it.
Nice.
And it sounds amazing. Like once that music hits in the beginning, it's just, yeah, it'll give your Atmos a nice workout. Looks great considering the age of the film, and yeah, I can recommend it. They carry all the special features over, I believe, from the last special edition that came out, I think, like 5-10 years ago. I actually have it, and it's still in plastic somewhere. I just didn't bring it up with me, though. Yeah, I can recommend it. I think it's going for, like, what, $20 right now? Something like that?
It's actually a pretty good price. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 27 for the Steelbook.
Even the non-Steelbook is pretty good.
Yeah.
I like the Steelbook a little bit more. I'll be honest. It's
got good artwork on it.
Yeah, because there were like plenty at my Best Buy, and usually if it's like a huge movie that comes out, usually all the Steelbooks are fucking gone. But there were plenty at where I was because some people not a lot have gotten the movie in my area, so I just snagged it.
Okay. And there's the code for it. If you've got it, make sure you drop it in the chat that you claimed it. And Brian Bart, the code can only be used one time. So just let everybody know. The most tense prom scene next to Ghostbusters pram scene next to Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah, pram scene, yeah.
Yeah, pram. I said Reddit prom. Yes,
It's a good film. Young Kevin Costner, young Andy Garcia, one of Sean Connery's best roles, probably. I don't know. I think his accent's fine.
it's all right. I never really had a problem with it. He does what he can.
I'll be honest. I was kind of pissed off Sean Connery got killed off in that.
It happens. Most of
You're mucking with a G, pal.
I really like Sean Connery as an actor. I really do.
He's good. Who's good in that? That whole cast is great in that movie. That movie is.
What makes you think I'm so great? I'm just some flatfoot cop. I can't do a good Sean Connery. I just can't.
It's hard.
I almost said James Bond.
Good James Bond. Shaken, not stirred.
Yeah. No, again, like if you're looking for a historically accurate film, the greatest. But
it's not too cool. Elliot Ness wasn't quite as cool as Costner and Robert Stack portrayed. So
by the way, for those accusing me of spoilers, the movie came out more than 2 decades ago. I don't care.
It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter, Runner. You can't spoil.
It's an old movie.
He's got a point.
It's an older movie. Who cares? If you haven't seen it, that's too bad. If it was a new movie, I wouldn't spoil it. But if it's an old one, who fucking cares?
I mean, yeah, no, like in all seriousness, no, it's probably, I would imagine it's probably one of De Palma's most famous as far as like commercially successful films. I don't know much about De Palma's films though, but no, it's a really well done film overall.
Jason's mom was the killer in the first Friday the 13th. Sorry, everyone. Sorry to spoil that for you.
Jerk!
Son of a bitch! I haven't seen that
in like 10 years.
It's been 100 years, man. Bart the code. Once the code is used one time, whoever used it, they get the digital copy. After that, it is null and void. Nobody else can use it.
Yeah, I just happen to already have a digital copy, so I don't need it. So I'm just giving it away for free.
See, look, man, you piss people off, Runner. You're just pissing people off.
Is it De Palma's best movie? Asked Joey. I don't know. I wouldn't. I'm not as much of De Palma specialist or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I've seen a few here and there.
Seen a few, but yeah.
I would say, from what I've seen, maybe Untouchables is the best one I've seen of his stuff. So
again, I said this is most commercial, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's probably why, because I haven't really seen a whole lot of his stuff. Didn't he do Mission Impossible 1? Wasn't that his?
That's true. Actually, now that you mentioned that, I think he did.
Yeah, that was all right. But I don't know if that's.
Yeah, Scarface is probably his best movie. You're right, Brian Barth.
Yeah, that's true.
I was trying to think. There's a couple other ones he's got. Like,
yeah, once you actually start thinking about De Palma films, you're like, oh,
he's got some good ones. Didn't he direct? Yeah, he directed Carrie as well.
Oh yeah, Carrie's a great one.
I've only seen 3 of his films.
You may have seen more than you think you have.
Yeah,
I doubt it. The only ones I could think of on my top of my head are Scarface, The Untouchables, and Mission Impossible. I might have seen others from him, but I doubt it.
It was good, but
we're just picking on Runner anyway.
Yeah, but yes, that does look good. I've been wanting to get that myself too. I definitely want to get that Lawrence Arabia one. That one's like calling my name.
Spoilers, Runner. Scarface dies.
Well, I saw the movie, so it doesn't matter.
Body Double, I remember being pretty good. Carlito's Way was okay. Raising Cain is considered one of the better. Blowout's like Tarantino's favorite movie.
Yeah. Casualties of War.
And The Fury,
Was that with
Michael J. Fox?
Michael J. Fox and Sean
Penn, I think, yeah. That's been a long time since I've seen that one.
Almost forgot about that one. But yeah, it's nice to hear that it looks good on 4K and then it's worth the price. So,
yeah. Considering Paramount, it's sometimes hit and miss with those guys, but yeah. So what you got for us, Greg?
Yeah, now I'm going to bring down the party. We're going to move on from films by Brian De Palma, classic films, Oscar award-winning films, to a cheesy. I have a little bit of problem with this movie, but I'm glad I got it. But that would be called Body Slam.
I don't see a difference.
Starring Dirk Benedict from the A-Team, It was directed by the Hal Needham, who directed Smokey and the Bandit and Cannibal Run.
That's another movie. That's another movie I watched recently, Smokey and the Bandit.
That's good. That's great. It's better than this one. But
I think I remember Body Slam. What's it about?
It's about professional
the
wrestling
one. Yes.
Rowdy Piper's in it. And
yeah. Okay.
In it.
I didn't know that was on fucking Blu-ray. Shit.
Yeah. I just picked it up myself. Put it
out? Where'd you get it? Oh, Kino. Okay.
Yeah, it's Kino.
God, I swear they put out a new movie every 2 minutes.
I know. I love Kino. It's dangerous when I go on Kino.
It's like every time a bell rings, Kino Lorber puts out a Blu-ray.
This was like at the height of 80s wrestling, which I think a lot of us were huge fans of 80s wrestling.
I think they advertised the shit out of that on Saturday morning television, if I remember.
Oh yeah, this was like the height of like wrestling and MTV, because the whole thing of the movie is like he's Dirk Benedict from the A-Team. He's like a sleazy manager for a record company, and then he meets Rowdy Piper and ends up becoming a wrestling manager, and he combines wrestling with rock music. Like, you know, he has a band perform and then they wrestle. So it's like MTV meets wrestling all at once. Rock and wrestling is what he makes. And, you know, on paper and stuff, it sounded good. And I did like the movie, but there's a better movie in there. There's a better movie in there than what this is. If it just was given a little more time. And Tanya Roberts is in it. And she's smoking hot. May she rest in peace. But yeah, if you really like the 80s wrestling and stuff like that, I'd recommend this one. It's not too bad. It's got moments, but it could have been better, especially with a director from Smokey and the Bandit, Cannonball Run and stuff. So, yeah.
Kino Lorber just released 3 movies in the time it took you to explain that.
Probably. Hey, if I do have weird taste, I'm sorry, I just do. It's who I am. It's just who I am.
Kino's one of those. Every fucking time I turn around, it's like they put that out too. They put that out too. It's like I didn't have that. What the fuck?
I didn't even know it.
How did I miss that?
I haven't gotten too crazy on Kino Lorber yet. I mean,
I still got $200 worth of shit sitting in my cart just waiting for a sale. And now I got to add another one.
You'll like it if you.
But like. It's always dangerous when I go to Shout, that's for sure.
I'll tell you, hands down, Kino Lorber has the deepest, deep cut catalog.
Tell me about it, man.
Of
like I never would imagine
out there. They have just about any like B level movie you could think of, a lot of A level stuff too. But like, chances are, if there's a movie you want and MGM has the rights to it or something like that, they've released it. Same thing with a couple other companies. They're great. Now, not all their prints are always the best, but yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I know, man. I know I go deep into the archives, but this I find like I never would have imagined Body Slam on Blu-ray with a brand new HD master from a 2K scan of the Inner Positive. So the movie looks beautiful for 2K.
I've not thought about that movie since I was like 8.
Me neither. I love Rowdy Piper. It's like Rowdy Piper is really great in his flick.
I'm sure that was one of the ones my cousins rented like 12 times along with No Holds Barred.
Yeah. No, this is a better movie than No Holds Barred, but No Holds Barred is a funner movie because it's a lot more cheesier than this.
I believe that is on Blu-ray. I just don't own that.
Yes, it is. Yeah. But yeah, like I agree with you, Runner. Shout, it's great because I have a Shout that I'm gonna show tonight here in a little bit. But
Shout's been losing some ground to Kino.
Yeah, when I go on Kino, it's dangerous because I find shit like Body Slam. I want it.
Shout has more titles that are more interesting to me than Kino.
Let it all out,
as of now.
These are the things we can do without.
But here's the thing, Kino could really change that with me.
Let it all out.
I'm talking to you.
What is your question?
Nothing. Never mind.
no, because I can.
You're sitting there going, shout, and I'm like, let it all out.
Oh, okay. No, but
These are the things I can do without. Come on.
I was talking, I couldn't hear you.
I'm talking to you. Come on.
But yeah,
best 80s songs of all fucking time, man.
Here's the thing, I think Shout will pretty much win me if, when this whole crazy Paramount deal is like really starting to like get out there, because like they're like they surprised the shit out of me with Tropic Thunder getting a 4K.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see some of the titles, especially now that Paramount's dumping a bunch of titles on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
so
like they made this huge deal with Kino, and then like they've released like 8 new titles on Blu-ray in the past 2 weeks.
You know what though? At least some of those though, they did say that will be the 4K ones. They will do some of the former Blu-ray releases, but none of the plain Blu-rays will be re-released, which is a good thing because that's what I bitch about with like Shout Factory, right?
Right.
When they do a fucking release and it's the same Blu-ray almost that we've had already or whatever. It's like, really? Same thing? City Slickers comes to mind.
Mm-hmm. I would really like a good City Slickers with.
And that was remastered in 4K, but it's like, it's not a 4K disc.
So why didn't they put? I mean, we getting Red Dawn on 4K. They couldn't put City Slickers.
I think City
on 4K?
Slickers will be on the way. I think it's definitely one that'll happen.
Yeah, but
I heard Out of Sight looks really good.
That's what I heard too. I heard it looks really good.
But I ain't gonna get that probably for another 2 weeks when it comes out.
Yeah. But I get where you're coming from.
Kino Lorber don't love us as much as we love them.
Kino Lorber or any of you guys out there that may be from these companies that may watch or come back and watch this, I will review your products and I will more than likely give you a great review. So if you want to send some my way, Tom's way, Runner's way, we're more than welcome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So whose turn is it now? Is it
Runner's? It's Runner's turn. But yeah, if you like wrestling, 80s wrestling and MTV, check out Body Slam.
I want my MTV.
Okay, so it's my turn. This is like a sci-fi horror, more sci-fi though than horror, I would say. It's a very weird movie. This movie came out on 4K not too long ago, and I picked it up at a Best Buy because my Best Buys are fucking awesome.
Your Best Buy sucks. Shut up.
Suck a dick.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. But it was kind of funny. Somebody clipped that.
Yes, somebody clipped it.
I was like, that's the sound of like a dolphin mating or something.
There's this dude that took Andrew Garfield's laugh and makes music with it. Somebody needs to do that with Runner's laugh and just make a really like beat with it.
It was just a very like dramatic laugh. What the fuck?
But go ahead, Runner.
It was I shouldn't have to explain this to you, Greg. It was a very dramatic laugh to make fun of you. That's what it was. Because I know you fucking hate. I know you hate.
Now it's just become a traumatic experience for all of us.
I know you hate my Best Buys, Greg, but I know you love them in the inside. No. And yes,
no, that's the problem. Is the inside sucks.
Oh, Life Force! I've been waiting on mine to come.
Oh, I got that one.
You bastards! Yeah. I've been waiting on that one to come.
And it was at my Best Buy.
Yeah, you fucking dick mother.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna get stuff all on my YouTube channel. Like all the cuss words I'm slinging at Runner.
It's a decent movie. I don't like it as much as a lot of other people, though. I'll be honest. Maybe my mind will change.
Yeah, great nude scenes.
Oh yeah, those are the best.
That chick is hot, smoking hot.
Oh dude, the fucking breasts are perfect.
You didn't like the scene with Sir Patrick Stewart when he gets sucked into the little like turns into like that's a really bad special effect, but I love it.
I gotta be honest with you, Patrick Stewart is very fucking forgettable in that film. like let's be honest. Like if you had remind me that Patrick Stewart was in the movie, it's the same with Samuel Jackson in Jurassic Park. Like anytime someone mentions Samuel Jackson,
I don't understand how you can forget Samuel Jackson's in Jurassic Park.
I am the only one that forgets he's in the. No, I swear to fuck, man. I am the only one that forgets he was in that.
I hate this hacker crap.
He doesn't
the only line I remember him saying was "Hold on to your butts." in that movie. But
I
but like,
can't get Jurassic Park back online without Dennis Nedry.
but like Life Force, like if you remind me that Patrick Stewart was in it, I would have been like, holy shit, I forgot he was in that.
Yeah, but he has like one of the best death scenes because it's so bad.
I remember it being pretty bad, and I'll admit there were parts of it that were I was like kind of bored with it, but then it started like picking up for me like at other points. So like that's like the weakest part of the movie for me.
I'm sick of all these motherfucking dinosaurs in this motherfucking park.
I'm talking about Life Force, not Jurassic Park.
Breitbart, it's
I'm sick of all these motherfucking vampires on this motherfucking spaceship. I don't know.
Yes, it's directed by Tobe Hooper.
It is directed by Tobe Hooper. It's considered one of it. I mean, it's one of those films where it's so bad it's so good.
You know,
It's
I think
essentially what it is.
I first heard of this movie from Stephen Walton because he was like, "Yeah, there's nude chicks in it," and it's like,
of course,
and then I'm like, I don't know if I mean, I like Stephen, but you know, I wouldn't trust him on everything, like recommendations wise. Like if it's just eye candy, then it's like you got to give me a good story too. But the eye candy's great in the movie, but
I like the movie. I think it's good. I've been waiting on mine to come. I'm kind of pissed that I don't have mine yet.
What Runner's trying to say is porn is free.
Okay, yeah, it's free, but like, what was I gonna say?
AKA, you need more than just some good tits to make you spend $30 on a movie.
This isn't one of my picks, but this is something I plan on doing a review about here. But just so you know, famous TNA too. So, yeah.
Oh, I saw you make a video about that.
Yeah. So if you just want to see the best parts of the movie, there you go.
All right. But no, like Life Force, it's an all right film. I think it moves really slow for me.
We do not discriminate here. We got both kinds of nudity, men and women. No, fuck that, tits and ass.
That's how you need.
There's male nudity. Fuck. Ew. I don't need no hairy butt crack.
Dude, that reminds me of that scene in Surf 2.
What the hell?
Oh my god.
What the hell is that from?
Nothing. I just made it up.
Oh, you made it up?
Fuck yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm telling you, Joey, you would get along with Mike if Mike ever comes back. You can use that
for your show, motherfucker.
Yeah. I'm going to use that.
We got both kinds of nudity in this. Men and women. No, fuck that. Tits and ass.
Front back.
Hey, we might even have some bush.
We'll get into the whole From Dusk Till Dawn Cheech Marin thing.
We've got the red pussy. We got black pussy. We got yellow pussy. We got smelly pussy. If you can find pussy cheaper elsewhere, fuck it.
I love that movie. I'm waiting for that fucking 4K on that one.
I know, right? The Blu-ray I have of that is fucking horrendous, but I guess it got a re-release a while back. I don't know how much better it is, but
yeah,
I got the one where they crammed all those movies plus the documentary all on.
That's the one I got,
and it looks like dog shit.
So sad. I mean, like I don't understand because like it was earlier this year they were saying that Robert Rodriguez was overseeing the 4K and it should be out soon, and then all of a sudden
I think it will be because I think Paramount owns that now, so I'm sure we'll see it. It's just it's in the hopper.
Yeah. But that's a good pick, Runner. I like if you've not seen Life Force, it may take some getting into. It's not for everybody, but space vampires who suck the life out of you with a naked hot chick. That's what you need to know.
I watched the whole movie.
No, I was telling the audience, not you. I know you've seen it.
What he's saying is he watched it in several sittings with a lot of tissues.
I thought you said
get through the whole thing.
I thought you were calling my name and you were saying that. I didn't know you were talking.
No, man.
My bad.
You know.
I guess we better move on. We started bleeding viewers when we started talking nudity. So let's go to you, Tom. What do you got?
Well, even though Runner didn't want to talk about it, we're going to talk about it anyway because the new film opens this week, and I watched Jurassic Park in 3D. I actually compared it to my 4K copy as well, because I have like 50 copies of this movie. I shit you not.
So the new movie's supposed to come out this Friday? Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, yeah.
Okay.
I
I honestly forgot.
Reviews so far.
I'm thinking that this is a different scan than the 4K scan, and I think the 4K scan is from the inner positive, and I think this is from the negative. Because I think this looks better than the 4K.
No, wait. Dan Blackroyd, are you telling me Samuel Jackson is in Jurassic Park?
Samuel Jackson does have a cameo in Jurassic Park. If you blink, you miss him, according to Runner.
I can't believe that.
That's not what I meant. like he's in the movie plenty enough. I mean, he gets killed. Sorry, I spoiled it.
Fucking spoilers, man. They ought to start calling you the spoiler.
But that's like the one film. Like, I always forget he's in it for some reason. I don't know why. I just do.
Well, he's actually excellent in the film.
No, he is good. Once you remind me, he's in.
No, the movie holds up well still. I think the last time I watched it is when I would have first got this 3D Blu-ray, which now would have been, because it would have been the anniversary, so that would have been what, 2014? Somewhere in there.
Was it around that time?
2013, somewhere in that region. But yeah, the 3D version of this looks so much better than the 4K. The 4K
really?
Seems really kind of, I skimmed through a few scenes of the 4K. The opening wasn't so bad in the darker scenes, but once you got to the daylight scenes, and there's like scratches and shit that are in the 4K version that are not in this one. So that tells me beyond that, plus the opticals for like the, Isla Nublar and all that shit on the screen, they're redone for this version. So they had to have gone back to the original.
So probably the 3D Blu-ray is probably the best.
Why they didn't for the 4K, I do not know.
Huh.
From probably what I can tell, though, I don't know. But you can tell it's definitely not the negative. It looks good, but honestly, I liked the 3D presentation better. I'm not gonna, until they remaster this movie again, I'm not buying it again.
I bet they don't.
I do have the 4K version in the 5 or 4 pack with Jurassic World. But yeah, like I said, I compared them, and outside of the soundtrack, which is the same as this one anyway, so like I just don't see a reason in upgrading it. Which I'm sure the regular Blu-ray might even have that on it too. It seems like the same master, probably. I'll check it with the regular Blu-ray some other time. But I was kind of unimpressed with the 4K aspect of it. And
interesting. I haven't upgraded mine to.
How much of those 4K, ones that you paid for? Didn't you get the first one, Runner, on 4K last week? Didn't you bring that on, or the week before?
Not last week, but I did get it once they dropped individually. I think it was somewhere around $20.
Yeesh. I paid $20 or $40 just for the whole set.
Dang.
Yeah, I was gonna wait because then later on I heard that they were gonna release them individually, and I'll just buy the first one at least.
Well, I know one person that won't be buying the first one, the Trash Stash, because you spoiled it for him, Runner. So.
What?
Yeah,
what?
I gotta Samuel Jackson
Okay, Samuel Jackson is I'm sorry, he's not that memorable in the movie.
You know what? He'd have been more memorable if you cut out Dennis Nedry. Like I said, you don't need him.
I agree. He really did not need to be in the movie.
I watched it when I was watching it again tonight. I'm like, I'm making mental edits in my head. I'm like, you could have cut a half hour out of this movie easy.
When I heard you say that, Tom, for the first time, I'm just like, holy shit, you're fucking right. Like, you. I mean,
technically, yes, he shuts the fences down, but you
still can turn
really
it off with.
Don't need him.
Like The friggin' storm can turn the lights off. Yeah,
you can actually edit it that way too, and that's what I was paying attention to tonight. You can edit completely around it. The only thing that sucks is you lose his death, and there's some of the Samuel Jackson back and forth and stuff. Like, I hate this hacker crap, and some of those scenes that are going to be gone. But like, there's just a few cuts you can make around it, and yeah, it just basically looks like the power went down. The hardest part to edit would be around trying to make it make sense to why they have to reboot the power. Like, because they mentioned him too much, so you'd have to actually cut some lines out in a way. But I could probably do it. I don't have the time, but you could do a Dennis Nedry list cut of that film, and it still makes sense, and it would run a lot quicker. It's doable.
I'd like to see someone like re-edit it and like completely take him out of the movie. Like, that would be really interesting.
It's not that I even hate the character. And for those who are listening, it's not that I hate the character. It's just that now that I've become an editor over the past few years, I see movies in a completely different way. And his character is just kind of useless. It really is. He doesn't really do anything. He doesn't succeed in any way. Nothing he does really plays any major part in any of the movie itself that the storm couldn't have by knocking out the power. Yeah. So in that respect, it's really kind of like pointless to have him there dragging down the movie for a half hour. Because I did time it tonight. It's close to like almost a half hour of his stuff you could probably get rid of. Like, he's within the first few minutes, there's like that 3-4 minute scene right there. And then you have all his shit leading up to him stealing the stuff, all his shit in the truck. A lot of that stuff at the end that refers to him would be gone. So like, you have a good half hour worth of stuff you can get rid of, and it would just tighten the movie up like that.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, the movie still works with him in it, and it still works great at a fast-paced 2 hours. Because I'll tell you what, watching this movie tonight, I did not, and this is the testament to how good a movie is, no matter how new or old it is. If I'm not checking to see how far I am into the movie, that's a good point. I did not check this movie until an hour and 9 minutes into it.
Heck,
I'm like checking the time. So if this movie left, I'm good to go.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah. And yes, the dinosaur that gets him in that scene is a great scene. Night Out.
Yeah, they'd be my biggest whine and cries. We wouldn't get the Dilophosaurus scene. That's the best bit. Yeah. With him in it.
That's good.
But I do like his character. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I do like his character as far as, nerdy assholes go. But just looking at it from an editorial standpoint, you didn't need it. And to me, it sets up a problem we have in a lot of these movies, and that is you don't need these secondary bad guys a lot of times. And they don't really play any major role in any of these movies.
You really don't need it's just like the Godzilla movies, the newer ones. Like, we don't need that many people. We don't need bad guys. I mean, you have the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs. Exactly. You can have the dinosaurs be bad guys and good guys.
Yeah. Well, that's what bothered me about Godzilla King of Monsters, because you already got the bootleggers, or whatever you want to call them, those bad guys that are stealing bits and pieces of the monsters, the kaijus. You already got them as the bad guys. You don't need the mom to be turncoat too, right? That is fucking stupid. Right. All you do is you have the bad guys think, oh, she's got a machine that the monsters can talk to, or talks to the monsters. And she just says, well, we don't have it perfected yet. We don't care. Turn it on, or we're going to kill your kid. That's all you needed.
Exactly.
Monsters go nuts, decide they're going to fight. Why? Oh, because they turned this stupid machine on.
Exactly.
And they all thought that Godzilla said, fuck your mama.
Yeah. Exactly.
Godzilla's like, I didn't say that shit.
It wasn't me.
Mothra's like, I heard what you said.
Mm-hmm.
That's just wrong.
Over here, acting like you the king.
No, that's a big problem. Like Vince Vaughn. I love the actor, love him, but his character has no reason to be in Jurassic World.
Seriously, Jurassic World Part 2 is like one. It's just,
and then don't even get me started on that one.
It's a mixed bag.
That one is accentuating all the problems.
You mean Vincent D'Onofrio, not Vince Vaughn?
No, Vince Vaughn.
Did I say Vince Vaughn? I meant Vincent D'Onofrio. Yeah, Vince Vaughn's in the second one. That's right.
He's in the second one. Yeah.
I knew what I meant, but but that was going to go back to is The Lost World is the only one of those movies where the bad guys make sense. But even in that movie, the bad guys realize we're kind of fucked. We got to work with the good guys.
Yeah, because like I could get that. Like, here's this island, even though it's not even the Jurassic Park island, it's the island adjacent. But like, oh, there's dinosaurs there. Let's, bad people would probably want to go there and try to get those dinosaurs. So yeah.
Well, in this case, the bad people are the ones who actually own them, but that's just because they're going to sell them because they're going bankrupt or whatever. Yeah,
yeah, that's true. But Brent Bird wants to know: do you wish John Hammond was in Jurassic World series? Or why did they kill off Bob Peck's character?
Trying to remember which one was Bob Peck's character. As far as
was
the Jurassic
lawyer, I don't remember who Bob Peck was. Yeah, so.
Oh, the hunter.
Oh, yeah.
I think he dies in the book, too, from my recollection. I think that's just the way the story goes.
Yeah, I think with everything that's going on, you got to have some, like, big surprise.
Well, you got to remember, he's kind of like the Quint of the film, in a way.
Yeah, I see
if you look at it, like, in that respect, like, he's the guy who knows and you love how he gets outsmarted by the raptors, in a way. It's kind of... one of those tragic but cool deaths. And as far as John Hammond, oh yeah, of course. But I mean, sadly, the actor no longer with us. So.
Joey Andrews says he has to go to bed, but he wanted to know that like he picked another movie before he goes. That it's called Dope Panic from 1988, directed by Ruben Gallien Jr. It's an interesting one from Mexico, Ouija style horror film from Vinegar Syndrome. I have not heard that one, but like I said, man, Joey, you would definitely fit in with Mike.
Under the title Dimensionus Occultus.
So, nice pick there, buddy. And have a good night, Joey Andrews. Thank you for hanging around. Yeah. Vince Fallen Lost World. I was trying to catch up with the chat after that. Hail Tommy. I seen Tommy from the Guinea Pig Collective. Where was we?
Well, the power outage bit works, and really, like I was saying, in the editing, all you have to do to signify the power's coming back on, you have the scene where the things flash on or whatever, and then the same thing on the screen, the thing pops on the screen, you just have it like, power's on, and then you have a bit there where he's talking about resetting the computers, and you have to go back to the station to do it. You can set that all up, like, the power's finally back on and stuff, because you have all those scenes where there's no power, and Hammond's eating the ice cream and stuff, and the candlelight and all that stuff, and it works. It would take a little bit of finagling, but you can make it work. I mean, you don't have to, but it's just kind of interesting how he basically doesn't really
re-edited his character to where he's not where he could have still locked him out of the computer, but he really didn't need to like do some of the stuff he did. Well,
because the storm does knock out certain elements. That's the thing that's dumb about the movie. And then you have that bit happen, and then. Because then they get stuck there. And then Dennis sets up his shit and he does his thing. And they all just sit there. And the only thing they say is, well, why didn't he turn the raptor fences off? Why would he leave them on and turn the rest off? Like, you don't even need all that shit. It's just kind of ancillary stuff. We already get the idea. The power's off. Right? So, like, it's an isolated island. It's not hard to disbelieve. And even if you have like generators, they're not going to generate enough power to fucking run those fences. Not in a million fucking years. That's where you have it, to where the raptor paddock and the center is the only place that has like generator power. That would be easy to set up, and then you just have the generators get knocked out or something like that. It's real easy to do. Yeah. Anybody who knows that has a generator knows they get knocked out pretty easy.
They do. Bart says
you start using too much juice. No, does he live in the book? I can't remember. It's been a long time. I got the book. It's just been a long fucking time.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've read the book too. So
Spielberg just knew the tension. You needed it there. At that point, you only had 2 deaths really. So like, they needed a way to show the raptors were lethal, on top of showing, because you have the off-screen death, as Runner points out. He unceremoniously dies off screen, Samuel Jackson's character, which sucks. But
Samuel Jackson's in this movie?
Yeah, he is. Can you believe that shit?
Bitch, I've got to see this now.
Yeah, he has a small cameo.
That's crazy. I don't even know if Runner can hear us right now.
Well, probably not.
Probably not.
All right. Well, we've talked enough about Jurassic. I'm thinking about going to see the new one, but I don't know. I've heard
it's not getting good reviews.
I know. Well,
so I wonder if that's Chris Pratt backlash or
Well, that's the
Just
thing is like,
something,
I'm
you
not
know?
expecting, these movies are usually critic proof. What bothers me isn't so much the bad reviews. It's the fact that Universal lost their fucking mind and went after everybody last night when there was less than like 24 hours for the embargo to lift. And this movie has
Wow.
been out in other countries already. Like the movie's already made $50-some million. It just hasn't come to the US yet. It
Yeah,
was
it
released
doesn't
last
do that.
weekend in a few other countries. So, and yeah, so it's not like they're really hiding anything at this point. So I don't get it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm back. I tried to see if the computer would work. It's not. Fuck my
They
internet.
didn't need his arms because raptors are legs. They like legs.
Yeah, they're like legs.
Legs and breasts.
Who doesn't?
Thighs. They're not wing. They're not into wings.
I was so ready to say "fuck you, internet" if it actually worked, because like
Arms are
I had to,
very
like-
bony. Especially
Well-
hands.
The fingers.
You would think
That's-
they're like very fleshy, but no, they're not. They're just mostly bone.
Yeah. Runner's like, I just.
Can you guys fucking hear me or not?
I'm just like, why are we talking about bony hands? Hairs.
but-
I'm just kidding.
All
Well,
right, what you
welcome
got
back,
for us,
Brandon.
Greg?
Okay, so this was another birthday gift, and
Ooh.
kind of plays into with something we got earlier today. I don't know if you guys saw it, but
Is
this
it a
is
nice little number for you to wear? And
no. I mean, I
No.
have to get in a swimsuit
oh,
body, but I finally got the Munsters the complete
oh
series.
nice. Yeah, I got
Yeah, I've
that
been
one.
meaning to pick this one up for a long
Well,
time.
that was timely considering the teaser we got
That's what
today.
I'm
That was
saying.
kind of
I felt it was like a cosplay fan film looking type thing.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
personally.
I
Yeah,
was not impressed.
me neither. And I felt like they were trying a little too hard to copy the opening there. And don't get me wrong, man, but Rob Zombie's wife should not be Lily.
Yes, thank you. I'm not the only one to think that, but yeah, no, that's a great series, and
It is.
It
It's such
needs
a
a
great-
fucking Blu-ray release. There, I said it.
Definitely, I would love a Blu-ray release of this and the Addams Family, the original Addams Family series, because these
God, yes.
I love these shows. I was more of an Addams Family show, but
Same
I love
here.
like the Munsters because I love the Universal monsters and stuff, and I like to riff on it. I just was so really hoping that Rob Zombie would prove me wrong with his new movie, and just
He should have took some notes from Addams Family, and I don't think he did.
no. I think he's a huge fan of the series, and I'm really glad that he is.
Maybe too much.
But that's what I'm thinking. Maybe it's going to hinder because he's too much of a fan. Like he's actually bringing her into the movie. I believe they said her. I believe
Yeah, I think
she's
she's
in
got a
it.
cameo. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're
No.
bringing him back the cousin that's in the very first episode that was never in it since then. So like, I get that, but I don't know, man. I think he's too much of a fan.
I have a feeling it's going to come off like a bad version of that Brady Bunch movie.
That's what I'm feeling.
Because the first Brady Bunch movie was barely good enough to stomach just because it knew to be a parody of the Brady Bunch. It's that second movie that's fucking amazeballs. But
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody knows what I'm talking about, but like
I know what
that's
you're
where they
talking
got
about.
it. They're just like, fuck it, we're going for it.
Yeah. Martian and Greg Brady.
Well, that's
They're
what I
not
mean. Like,
really
they just-
brother and
they get-
sister.
That movie was meta before meta was a fucking thing. Like, I mean, I know it was still a thing then, but like
Yeah.
that was one of those movies. Like, you're just like, they did it. I can't believe those beautiful bastards did it.
Yeah. Yes, Al Lewis and Fred Gwynn are amazing in that.
It's kind of
and-
like how the second Addams Family movie is technically better than the first one too.
yeah. I wish they would. That's what I was kind of hoping, man, because I know it's Rob Zombie. I'm not a huge Rob Zombie fan, and directing wise, I mean, he does do better on his original projects than he does. Don't even get me. We've talked to Halloween shit to death, but I was really hoping he'd surprise me, and so far I was not surprised by that teaser. I'm not digging Grandpa's mustache. He looks weird with the mustache, and it just looks like cosplay fan film so far. And I was kind of hoping they'd leave it in black and white personally too. I know that won't sell in today's
Yeah.
youth audience.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me so much as they just should have went and taken it a bit more. I don't mean seriously in a sense of the tone, but like the Addams Family. You know what I mean? The Addams Family works because they didn't really change who the Addams Family was. They just set them in the modern times, right? That's all you really
Exactly.
need to do with the
And they
Munsters in a
were
way.
weird,
And
so yeah.
but it looks like from what we're seeing is he's just trying to remake the series, and I'm afraid that the movie's either going to be like 2 or 3, or basically like a greatest hits collection of all the stuff you remember from the series.
Right.
Kind of like
That's
that
what I
Three
feel like it's
Stooges
gonna be.
and what was that other movie? The Peanuts film, where that's all it really was just like a bunch of greatest hits bits from shit before. And if that's the case, then I'm really going to be like, ugh. Or it's going to be a modernized version, like I just said. But
And plus, he's added like 5 new characters that are not from the series.
But I think what I was going to get to is he'll pick it up like this is the same characters we've always known. They're just still alive because they're monsters, right? Like Lily and all them will be whatever. But like the chick that you said that's coming back that played what was her name? Mary? What the hell?
Well, yeah. What was that? I can't even remember her name.
Was it Maryland?
Yeah, I think it's Marilyn because she was like Marilyn Monroe.
Watch her actually play herself again.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
You know what I'm saying? Get what I'm saying? Like this is
I get you.
Like they're playing the same version of the Munsters we saw in the old TV show. That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, that's what I
like. This is a sequel.
Oh God, I hope not. But I can see that happening.
A sequel, or what did we make up before?
Because I don't think they've ever announced a person to play Marilyn in the movie.
I think you're right. I don't think we have either, and that just dawned on me too.
Yeah. So
what the hell did we call that earlier? A legacy sequel? I forgot.
Legacy sequel. A lequel.
A lequel. Yeah, a lequel or whatever it was we called it.
Yeah.
God.
Don't even put that evil out there, Victor Fontaine. I do not want Mill Creek to do a Blu-ray of the Munsters.
Oh shit, no.
No.
Well, that's the only way we might actually get a Blu-ray.
Yeah, probably.
That's how we got I Dream of Jeannie and a few other ones, yeah. That's
you can't do that because they were both amazing and they both thing was they both played Gomez Adam, but they both played Gomez Adam.
You might as well ask like who do you like better, Brian Johnson or Bon Scott for AC/DC, man?
Yeah,
like,
that's
I can't
hard
answer that shit.
It's
a legacy sequel. Really I don't remember what the hell that we called it, but legacy sequel, that's what we called it. A legacy sequel. Because legacy sequel.
Yeah.
We got a team on that shit.
Yeah. I know his wife is playing Lily. I don't know the name of the guy.
It's a bunch of the same actors from all his other movies. It's like all the same guys that are in all his other movies, and which is sad because Brad Garrett should be playing Herman Munster. Like Mila Kunis should be playing like Lily.
That would be so much better than his wife.
Christina Ricci or somebody like that.
That would have been a good casting.
Cara Delevingne or somebody like that. Well, she's a little young.
Wednesday, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, and Grandpa is probably the toughest one to cast at this point.
Bill Murray. Bill Murray as Grandpa would have been amazing.
Bill Murray or Dan Aykroyd, I think, could have pulled it off.
That would have been great.
And then you just get a kid.
Samuel L. Jackson will be in it.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson will play Grandpa.
That would be funny though. A legacy sequel. Tommy, I would love to have that Necronomicon edition too of Army of Darkness myself, but the Shout Factory Blu-ray eventual 4K is pretty damn good too. So
yeah,
I love the book. I love that book. I know you got it, Tom.
But Necronomicon?
I got one of the Blu-rays that there was a couple of them, but they did a couple different versions. I got one of the earlier ones that's falling apart, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's not that I don't hate Rob Zombie. I mean, because like I'm not a huge fan of his horror movies, but like he's really good at that type of stuff. And I know he's a huge fan of the Munsters. I really think he's just too much of a fan. And I really would believe that Marilyn is going to play the actress that played Marilyn. I think she's just going to play Marilyn.
Yeah, I think I'm right. I think it's going to be
I think you're right about that.
A legacy sequel, and it's going to be like they've just been there all this time. It's pick up right where we left off in the 60s.
Yeah. Man. I could be wrong.
I'm going to pretend that the last 40 years have happened or whatever.
I'm going to give it a chance. I'll give it a chance, but I don't. Yeah, it would like since they've been hibernating or something since they're Munsters.
Yeah, they might even not even do that. They'll just like play it off like they just continued with their lives or whatever, and like
yeah.
Who knows? We'll see. I don't have a lot of hope for it.
But if you ever want just just pick up the Munsters.
Yeah,
the originals. It's a
pretty
great
good
show.
price at Walmart too. I think is where.
Yeah, it's only like $20.
Yeah, $20 for the whole series.
Yeah, for the whole series. And plus, I mean,
it
I
has
know
the movies in it too,
I was
doesn't
gonna
it?
say it has the movies. I can't see the bottom there, but it has
Even
the
though
movies.
Shout did do Munsters Go Home on Blu-ray, so
Yes,
that
they
one at
did
least
do
is
it.
on Blu-ray.
Yes, and
But that is in that set too, right?
yes, that is in that set. It comes with Munsters Go Home and the other one, Munsters Revenge.
I was gonna say Munsters Revenge or Return of the Munsters or whatever it's called.
Yeah. And Rob
There
Zombie
is
does
one Munster movie that is not in that set, though. I believe
the Christmas one.
No, it was a later one in the late 70s, I believe. It's on YouTube, and I think that one's like the Return of the Munsters or the New Munsters. It was supposed to be like a
because they did it like it
has Fred Gwynn and what's her face and all that. The cast is there. It was meant to be like a backdoor pilot that I don't think ever got picked up though. But I think it was mid 70s, maybe earlier 70s, 72, 73, somewhere in there. It's on YouTube. I've watched it. It's not a very good movie.
I think it's called The Return of the Munsters. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know why it's not on that set, but it's out there. You can find it.
And
it's kind of like that weird Beaver movie that made. Have you ever seen that? The Leave It to Beaver sequel movie that set up the new Leave It to Beaver?
No, I've never seen that
one.
That fucker is
dark as fucking weird.
I've never seen that. I'm gonna have to look for that one.
Corey Feldman? It's just kind of weird because it starts out and Beaver's wife leaves him and like it's really depressing. and it is the backdoor pilot to the new Leave It to Beaver, but like none of the humor or the good-hearted nature is really there. It's just like feels really dark and dour. Wow. Corey Feldman plays one of his kids, and
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's just kind of like what
was
the
it like
fuck
in
is
the
this?
90s, 80s?
Well, or late 80s, and the tone is just off.
But
then when they got to the series, the tone's fine, right? The tone in the series picks up right where the old show kind of picked up with the tone. But the series setting everything up is just like, what the fuck is this? It is weird.
I'm gonna check that out.
Because it's Beaver, but it's not. It's like adult Beaver, but not like in a weird adult like sex way. Like it's just this is too real. Like
a teen, not like a teen, but like a drama, like a soap opera.
Yeah, just him dealing with all the depressiveness of being a single father and his wife walking out on him and like it's really kind of weird. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
I'm gonna look that up, watch that. I always liked the Gilligan's Island movie. I loved that one. That was a good one. And that set up a couple movies, I think.
But they ended up recasting his kids for the show and a couple other people, but like it basically sets up the premise for that. I don't know if you ever seen the new Leave It to Beaver. It was a syndicated.
Yeah, I've never seen that. I'm gonna have to look into that. I've never seen that.
It was a TV show in the late 80s, and it was in syndication for a couple of years. And the show was okay. I mean, but the movie setting it up is weird.
I'll have to check that. I'm gonna have to look that one up. Leave It to Beaver.
And it's shot like a dark drama, like a 70s.
That's creepy. That just sounds creepy.
Even though it was like
about
83 or 84 when they made it or something like that, or 85. But like, yeah. And then the series picked up in like 87 or 88. But like, yeah, somebody knows more out in the.
Yeah, if anybody knows about that, let us know. And I do remember Night Owl, the Brady's, when they came back after they got darker, they got more serious. They weren't as
except for that Christmas one. The Christmas one was the only one that I think was probably the best of the bunch.
That's the one that like started when they did that Christmas special, and they was like, maybe we can do a Brady's as adults. And then it got dark.
That's when it got dark. See, that's the opposite. Like that's the opposite of and it's the same time period, which is weird. Because you're right. I remember that now because they did that for a while. And that one didn't last nearly as long.
No, it didn't. Because everybody, it's like, oh, the Brady's back at Christmas. We loved it. And then they got the series. And it's like, this is not what we signed up for.
Yeah, because the Brady Christmas special was actually pretty good from what I remembered. And it was pretty well received. But like you're right. Now that you mention that, because I remember that. Yeah, it was all the Bradys as adults and shit. And it's like, oh, God.
Yeah. Like I think Bobby gets paralyzed after a drunk driving.
Was it?
Accident.
No, you sure it was that? I thought he was trying to be a racer.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I thought he was like. Yeah, that's what I remember.
Because he wanted to be a race car driver and he got in an accident on the track. I thought. I could be wrong.
I know he did get paralyzed. I remember.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, but I do remember he also wanted to be a race car driver because I remember that because they did a movie or two before the Christmas one too. I think or right after, like you said. I can't remember which, but. The Munsters Revenge, you said, is on that set, right?
Yeah, the Munsters is on it. Mike Touchy. I don't think he knows.
But
what
there's
it's
another
about.
one that I swear that was a TV movie that they were setting up for a new show that's not on that set for some reason.
I think I remember that one. It was like,
and actually, it
they
might
go
not
to a
have
new
the
school or something, or maybe it's where they first move into the Munsters house. Maybe I remember something like that. And
It
like
was
Eddie
like-
going to a
I'm
new
trying to-
school and turning into a werewolf or something. I don't know which one that
Maybe.
was.
I'm trying to remember. I'll find it one of these days. But,
I haven't
I'm
seen
not worried
Monsters
about it right
Revenge in a
now.
while, Mike Tochi, so I don't quite remember what that one is about myself. So yeah, that'll be interesting. That one would be kind of like new to me, the Monsters Revenge, because it's been a while since I've seen that one. But I've seen the Monsters Go Home a bunch of times. That's a great flick. But yes, check out the Munsters and the Rob Zombies trailer if you guys want, and tell me what you guys think about it, because it's only like,
You know what? I
50
think I might be
seconds, but-
misremembering it as an Addams Family one.
Oh, really? I remember the Addams Family Halloween one where they come back and
It was
Wednesday
like
and Pugsley's adult, and they have another
Yep,
set of kids that are
that's-
exactly the same as Wednesday and Pugsley.
that's what I might be thinking here. I'm looking here because it says I can only have like one special or something like that. And that might be the Munsters Revenge. Munsters Today was a completely different series. Yeah, I remember that. Mockingbird Lane.
Oh, Mockingbird Lane was horrible. It's Rob Zombies was probably better than Mockingbird Lane, so. But yeah, Monsters Go Home and Revenge are both on YouTube if anybody wants to check it out.
Yep, I'm misinterpreting it with that Addams Family one. That's what it is.
It's probably
Okay, that one is online. That's the one that's not in the box set, but is online. Okay, I'm sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so that has the complete the original Munsters stuff all in there.
You know what, Mike Touchy? That might be the Munsters movie I was thinking about.
Yeah,
There's one
there's
called Here
there's
Comes the Munsters.
there's other stuff after the fact, but that what he just showed there has all the original Munster stuff.
Yes,
in it.
that's
maybe
all the
minus. Does that have the family portrait episode on it or not?
Yes, it actually has a family portrait.
Okay, because I remember that was excised from the original release, but that's
family
the newer
portrait
release, right?
episode in full color, unaired
Yep.
pilot. Fred Gwynn, More Than a Munster. Yvonne DiCarlo, Gilded Lily, Al Lewis, Forever Grandpa, and America's Family of Fright. An in-depth examination of the cast of the show and their place in television history. So yeah, it's got all that. But yes, Runner has no idea what we was talking about.
Yeah, all right, Ronnie, what you got for us?
What do you got,
I was gonna say I'm waiting for my turn.
We knew you were.
Yeah, we knew you were, but there you go, buddy.
We're having old folks moment.
I'm You sounded like Bane from Dark Knight Rises for a bit.
I was wondering what would break first.
Oh,
My back.
Jesus Christ, my fucking ears.
You now have my permission to die.
That's way better. Thank you, Tom.
I was doing old man. I wasn't doing Bane. So
Tell us, Runner, what movies have you brought from us?
Well, when Greg tried to, no, I can't do it. But at
You
least
said
I don't
something
make
Zack
people's
Snyder
ears
earlier, damn it.
No.
Okay, what do you got?
All right. Kind of excited to show this one.
I love how you said that, Greg. You said it like I say it to my dog when she has something I know she's not supposed to have.
What do
you got? And she does the whole little nothing.
All right, go ahead, Runner. Sorry.
Thanks for interrupting me, Tom.
I'm glad because that was fucking funny, actually.
It was.
No, it wasn't. That was rude.
If you have a dog, you know it.
I have 2 dogs. How about that?
Okay, what movie do you got though?
All right. It's a Arrow release. It was one of their most recent ones. I bought the one with the steel book. This is probably the best steel book I own, honestly. Like the art is brilliant in it. But it's a little movie. It's very, very spicy. It's probably got the best one of the best lesbian sex scenes. Let's be honest.
Wait.
With
Nev Campbell.
Yep, you're close.
With that finger.
Oh, Close Encounters.
Wild thing.
Wow, thing. She
Wild
wanted to do the wild thing.
I've been wanting to pick that up, but that's not.
Now we were
I'm not,
talking
like, a
about
huge
Nev
fan of the
Campbell
movie.
for like 20 fucking
I
minutes
know
earlier.
he always
Hunter.
does this.
Yeah.
And you didn't think to bring it up right away.
He always does.
I thought about showing it last, and yeah, I was gonna say, like, speaking of Nev Campbell, here you go, Wild
Like
Thing.
you walked perfectly into my Jurassic Park bit because I knew that was my next movie. So,
Exactly.
So how's it look on 4K? I've never actually seen this movie all the way through.
I watched a little bit on 4K. It looks
It's like
pretty
I'm
damn
watching it,
good.
and then all of a sudden, I'll watch the rest of it later.
I would recommend picking it. I got it for like $50. This thing. It was from. I actually bought it from Arrow, not
50
mine.
bones. You get the steelbook?
Yes, I got the steelbook,
Oh, that's why.
and it's got a cool like lake shot from the back.
It's an all right movie. The
Cool.
menage a trois scene is probably the best scene in the movie. So
Kevin Bacon's packing some heat.
but you get to see Kevin Bacon's sausage. So
And it's big. He made me self-conscious.
Yo, can you hear me now?
Now we know why he's so footloose and why people keep hearing tremors around him. The movie's actually an allegory about his wiener.
It also came with this. I don't know if this means anything to anyone.
People thought they were
that's
being chased by worms. It was really just
Kevin sausage. I'm sorry. That's one of their next titles they got coming. That's one of their Japanese ones, I think.
Yeah, it looked like it from. What the?
let him talk.
What the fuck are you guys laughing
You need
at?
some of the Trimmer's underwear they got going out. Have you seen the Trimmer's underwear? It's a cog sock.
Yes.
I got disconnected. I have no fucking clue what you guys are talking about.
Somebody needs to clip that for Runner one
We're talking about Kevin Bacon's sausage.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I wish they cut that out of the movie.
Run until live. You paused it for like 15 seconds. Is that really? Mine ain't that. How's it? You mean
Jesus Christ, that's bigger than a baby's arm. It's like a baby's arm holding a fucking apple.
Jesus Christ.
That's even the one as a man. You just can't not look because you're impressed. You're just like, Jesus fucking Christ. I don't want to look, but damn, that's impressive.
I blame my internet for that. And it's mostly
I don't want to
the
look at it,
internet's
but it's now I know why she
It's
left
looking
me.
at me though.
I know why she
It's
left
like I
me.
made eye contact. Should I stop looking? I mean,
fault. Wait, Tom.
will it attack if I look away now? Will it attack if I keep looking?
My anaconda don't.
Tom, when you said you only watched part of the movie, was that one of the parts?
Well, that was kind of the joke. I was like, I get through a few minutes and then I'm just like, I'll watch the rest later. No, I've never actually watched the whole movie. I just seen bits and pieces of it.
It's got a well, I should say that's because it's got a twist ending.
It was on
but,
Cinemax
yeah.
like every 20 minutes back when it first was on. I was like,
It's a pretty good twist ending, I got to admit.
It's an all right. It has its moments. It's not my favorite.
I wouldn't spend 50 fucking bucks on it.
No.
I mean, for the stuff you get with this, I mean, for a steelbook,
Did
I
you
don't
just
know.
get the steelbook, or did you get like when Shout puts like with the Red Dawn and the Chucky stuff, you get more than just the steelbook? Is that what you got? Like the poster and the cards and all that?
Yeah, I got the poster, the cards,
Okay.
postcards. I got the little like book thing that it has. So yeah, like that's all.
Kevin Bacon sausage.
Well, that comes with any like version you get. But what was I gonna
It's under the
say?
goddamn ground.
So for an Arrow 4K release, this comes with both the 4K and the Blu-ray.
Oh, that's a
That's
rarity.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
So there's that for $50. So yeah, you do get like postcards and stuff like you normally would and stuff. Yeah.
I missed that sausage party talking about me. I missed that. Sorry, that was funny.
And yeah, I gotta say I'm kind of glad Nev Campbell's not doing Scream 6.
Me too.
The last one was
I kind of wish Nev
terrible.
Campbell would also got naked in that movie with Denise Richards, but it was nice to see Denise Richards topless. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you can look at Nev. She's kind of flat-titted.
yeah, but I mean, 4 is better than 2.
She's got a better
She's
ass.
cute
Like,
and all,
I'll say-
but that's true. And I'm an ass man, so I would know.
Not to defend anyone, but most of the time the chicks with the not with the ample bosoms tend to have a really great rear end. So,
But we can get a little misogynist here.
yeah, we got really misogynist tonight.
We were just talking about tits and ass 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, Night Owl. I know you're a female. I apologize because we did get a little misogynist tonight.
To be honest, most women like that. So
yeah. So, but Brian Barth movies don't go NC-17 because they just can't sell them. They can't sell
well,
them.
not only
anymore.
that, theaters won't. Here's the funny part about it: is it used to be rated X, and then they changed it because X seemed to be too associated with XXX, and theaters refused to carry any movies that weren't rated or rated X. So the studios are like, okay, well, let's talk to the MPAA. The MPAA agreed. They changed the rating to NC-17. Then the theater said, we're not carrying any movie that's NC-17. So it kind of defeated the whole purpose of having it.
Yeah.
Because there's like 2% of the theaters in the country that'll actually carry NC-17 rated film.
So it's just a hard sell all around.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah. But I do like you're stepping up your game, Runner. I'm glad you're like branching out into like Arrow and stuff. And I mean, if you like it and you enjoy the poster, the card, the movie, then that's good for you. So, and Kevin,
I'll be honest though. I think I saw this when it was on Netflix. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but yeah, like I'll be honest, I really bought it just for the eye candy. Let's be honest. But other than that, what was I gonna say? I did not get this from Best Buy. I actually got it from Arrow. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, you can calm down, Greg.
I canceled my order through them because they're slow as shit.
The Arrow has been pretty slow lately.
Arrow, they've been a little fast with my order. Actually.
You know, he's got the best Best Buy, the best mailman, the best fuck off. It's not right, man.
You can totally suck a dick, dude.
It's not Kevin Bacon's. It wouldn't fit in your mouth. So.
Oh.
Yeah, that would stretch your mouth out way too far.
This is why I get made fun of, guys. They're jealous of me.
I don't know about. I wouldn't.
Actually, that's kind of true. I'm jealous of your youth. I'm jealous of your looks. I'm jealous of the fact that you can go out to Best Buy and actually have movies at your Best Buy. Yeah, there's some jealousy there. I'm gonna die probably 20 years sooner than you are. But if I can actually outlive your ass, I will go piss on your grave and go, fuck you.
I hope you're burning in hell.
I'm kidding, of course.
I was going to say that.
Watch my luck, something tragic would happen. That would make me feel bad. So, yeah.
Oh,
that's so depressing, but hilarious at the same time.
That's life.
That's life. That's what people say.
It is.
And the score. The score is pretty good too by what's his face, George Clinton.
I know what's his face. He did that. He did that movie with what's his name.
He did the Austin Powers scores and some other stuff. Dan Blackroyd. That's just the first 1,500 printings you get the sausage.
And Mortal Kombat as well.
Yeah, he does Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
But yeah, if you liked it, man, you liked it. So that's cool.
No, it's not like the greatest thing ever, but I enjoy it.
There you go. I mean,
it's a good watch. Yeah, Denise Richards is super hot in it too, obviously.
Yeah. So let's move on to you, Tom. What's your final pick of the night?
My final pick of the night.
Bill Murray's good in it too, by the way.
Yes, Bill Murray is really good in that movie.
My final pick of the night is a movie I've not watched since I was a youngin', and I kind of hadn't really had the urge to really watch it until everybody's like, "You got to see this movie. You got to see this movie." Well, I haven't seen the original. I'd kept saying, so now I finally watched the original. Top Gun in 3D. There's a little bit of a theme tonight.
Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed the movie. I'm not quite sure it is a movie.
I think it's a movie.
It's more of a music video and a commercial for the Air Force. To be honest.
Well,
there's a bunch of things that happen that are strung together. I guess you could call it a movie.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you this way. When you watch Top Gun Maverick, I think you'll walk out of that being like,
everybody says the second one's better.
It is better. I know Dan Blackroyd thinks it isn't, but it is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. It's Tony Scott eye candy.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like most people argue, like, candy. It's like the sequel like follows the same, like, yeah, like it follows the same like beats in a way, but it's not. I wouldn't go as far as say it's the same movie.
As far as the 3D conversion, not the best. They did some weird DNR shit around people, so you get like weird
I hate when they do
once
that
in a while.
DNR crap when they blur.
It's not throughout the whole picture. It's just around certain people sometimes. I mean, it kind of clears up. The plane scenes, sadly, suffer the worst from it.
Oh,
and it's probably because I have no idea what generation they had of some of this footage, so that could be a reason why. And I don't have the 4K to compare to this. Now, this is when I'm gonna go on a limb and say the 4K is probably better than the 3D version. Because honestly, the 3D version felt pretty flat.
The 4K is great, actually. It's a really good transfer.
I would assume so, considering how good Beverly Hills Cop 2 looked.
Yeah,
I'm willing to bet that Top Gun looks just as good. So yeah, I may re-pick it up on 4K at some point, but no, like it's
been pretty cheap here on 4K lately. So
the Steelbook isn't hard to find. Actually, I got the Steelbook for Top Gun.
I like Top Gun. I thought it was one of his better Tom Cruise movies.
I think you'd like Top Gun Maverick a lot more. Like I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
I'll check it out. Maybe they put it. I mean, there is I will admit the first Top Gun does lack in story a little bit.
No, there's a story there, but it's hung on like the most.
It's kind of like
thinnest of.
Like, it's a very thin story, but I do enjoy that first movie. So
well, after watching Top Gun Maverick, yes, the first Top Gun is a very thin story.
Like I can tell you the plot in less than 30 seconds. That's
yeah,
and not really miss anything.
Goes to school, gets into it, and then meets a chick.
Let me be honest.
Kills his partner.
Goes to war. Spoilers.
Like Top Gun Maverick basically like spoils you if you like the first one. It's like they completely just spoil you with a ton of stuff in the new one.
What about Walleye? Poor bastard.
Well, the thing is Tarantino's right about Top Gun, unfortunately.
What's Tarantino to say about it?
Well, you're going to make me play it now, aren't you?
Oh, you haven't seen the clip?
No, I don't think I have.
It's pretty funny, I got to admit.
I did cut it down, so hopefully you don't get in too much trouble for it.
No.
I don't even think I've ever even gotten a clip
and
for it.
I mean, I do like the first Top Guns, but I'm not against having a laugh, so.
Okay, and we all love Tarantino here, so.
Yeah, I like Tarantino.
This is from a clip from a movie. I forgot the name of it. I keep forgetting the name of the movie, but
think I looked up that movie on IMDb because you said that in your birthday stream.
I forgot what the fuck it was called. All right.
What's the film about? What's it really about? What genre does it take?
What like like the spine?
The spine.
Like one sentence? Like
no, I don't fucking Boy Meets Girl. I don't give a shit about that. Fuck Boy Meets Girl. Fuck motorcycle movie. No, what is really being said? What's really being seen? That's what you were talking about. Because the whole idea, man, is subversion. You want subversion on a massive level. You know what one of the greatest fucking scripts ever written in the history of Hollywood is?
What?
Top Gun.
Oh, come on.
Top Gun is fucking great. What is Top Gun? You think it's a story about a bunch of fighter pilots?
Yeah, it's about a bunch of guys waving their dicks around.
It is a story about a man's struggle with his own homosexuality. That's it. That is what Top Gun is about, man. You've got Maverick, all right? He's on the edge, man. He's right on the fucking line, all right? And you've got Iceman and all his crew.
Right.
They're gay. They represent the gay man, all right? And they're saying, go the gay way, go the gay way. He could go both ways.
What about Kelly McGillis? Right?
Kelly McGillis,
Both ways,
she's
I like
heterosexuality.
that.
She's saying, no. Go the normal way. Play by the rules, go the normal way. And they're saying, no, go the gay way. Be the gay way. Go for the gay way. Right? That is what's going on throughout that whole movie. What is this party? Who are these
I forgot to
people?
cut this bit out. Sorry.
What is that? Who are you? Who are you? What is he
funny
wearing?
too.
Some kind of like dance jumpsuit, freakish little gaucho. Let's go to Spain and dance with our arms over our heads.
He goes to her house, right? All right. It looks like they're gonna have sex. You know, they're just kind of sitting back. He's taking a shower and everything. They don't have sex. He gets on the motorcycle, drives away. She's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on here?
Right.
Next scene you see her. She's in the elevator. She is dressed like a guy. She's got the cap on. She's got the aviator glasses. She's wearing the same jacket that the Iceman wears. She is, okay, this is how I gotta get this guy. This guy's going towards the gay way. So I gotta bring him back. I gotta bring him back from the gay way. So I'm gonna do that through subterfuge. I'm gonna dress like a man. All right? That is how she approaches it.
Right.
Okay. Let me just ask you, I'm gonna digress for just 2 seconds here. But, I met this girl Amy here. She's like floating around here and everything. Now, she just got divorced, right? But the real ending of the movie is when they fight the Migs at the end. All right, because he has passed over into the gay way. They are this gay fighting fucking force, all right? And they're beating the Russians. The gays are beating the Russians, all right? And it's over, and they fucking land. And Iceman has been trying to get Maverick the entire time. Finally, he's got him, all right? And what is the last fucking line that they have together? They're all hugging and kissing and happy with each other. And Ice comes up to Maverick, and he says, man, you can ride my tail anytime. And what does Maverick say? Maverick, you can ride my sword fight!
That is awesome. I love that.
I gotta admit.
Actually, the line is, "You can be my wingman anytime." But yeah, still.
I was
He
gonna
doesn't work as well
say,
that way.
like, I don't remember him saying that, but it's still hilarious nonetheless.
Hey, hope you enjoy the replay, Dalton B.
It's the way Tarantino like delivers it is
Yeah.
what makes it work.
Yeah, the way they deliver. That was great. Brian Barth, good night. Have a good night. Thanks for your great questions.
And that is my review of Top Gun.
I will admit it does have a bit of a homosexual undertone to the movie, but it's still a great movie, man.
Yes,
Listen,
it is.
It's a good movie.
It's like Culture Casino is right. It's a good game. Okay, like that's what Top Gun is.
Yeah. I like the movie. I'm looking forward to
The
Maverick,
gays
so.
beat the Russians. That's the best.
Like the gays beat the Russians. Sword fight. Good thing we weren't having a sword fight with Kevin Bacon. Damn.
Get your ass
Why
knocked
are-
out.
Why are you still talking about Kevin Bacon?
Because it's
He's
just
got a
fit,
huge
man.
dick.
You never know. Women might be
kinda
watching.
like-
We talked about TNA a lot. Sometimes they like to hear about.
Sometimes
Kevin
you got to
Bacon.
pull out a dick.
Well, we're not women here. Jesus Christ.
I said watching.
I know, but still.
I mean, I don't know
Anyway.
if Kevin's as big as Willem Dafoe, but hey, I mean, still, Dafoe's like carrying around a fucking monster in his pants. Jesus.
Is it a green goblin?
It might be. I don't know what color it is. I don't want to know.
No, stop.
That's who he was talking to this whole time.
Yeah, it's his fucking dick.
We could take her. I'm telling you, we could take her.
You're such a pussy, and I would know.
You know what's holding you back, Peter? Not you.
Oh no!
The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout.
That was funny. I'd never seen
no,
that
but
Tarantino thing
no,
before.
but listen, Top Gun Maverick is less gay though because there's a chick in it.
That makes it less gay.
There's a chick in what Christy Swanson's in Hot Shots. She's one of the pilots there that was making fun of Top Gun.
Oh,
but
that reminds me. I'm importing Hot Shots Part 1 and 2.
Oh, sweet. I want to get those on Blu-ray, man. They need a Blu-ray of those big time.
Yeah, being that they're under Disney now, it's hard to say, but
yeah, that sucks.
I imported them.
Well, were they a Fox title?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So we'll see how good they look. I'll let you guys know when I get them.
All right. I guess we'll do my last pick of the night, and we'll close it down. All right. This is a steelbook. This is a slasher flick, and it's a shout movie. So, I don't remember. I think you might have got this one, but I'm
guessing I did because I did get a ton of steelbooks recently.
But I got My Bloody Valentine.
That's the only one
I
did not get.
The original My Bloody Valentine. So
I did not get that.
Oh, you did not get that one? This is great.
I got Pumpkinhead and Motel Hell.
This is a great 80s slasher flick.
And I got Battle Beyond the Stars on Steelbook.
The miner guy killing all the people on Valentine's Day. Very much a ripoff of Friday the 13th. So, but yeah, it's a good one. It's got a nice little twist ending to it. So it makes it good.
See, I didn't get that one because it looked like the kind of movie I probably wouldn't like Bloody Valentine. I don't know. That doesn't sell it for me.
It's essentially Friday the 13th, except on Valentine's Day.
Oh.
That's essentially what it is.
I don't know.
I like it. I enjoy it. The thing is, I hesitated getting this, but it was free, so I'm not too hesitant on it. Yeah, I got it for my birthday. So it's free. It's got a 4K scan, so more than likely we will get a 4K of this from Shout down the line. So it's a 4K scan. It contains the original theatrical version and the uncut version, both scanned in 4K from the original negative. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, But yeah, no, I got a ton of their steelbooks, or not a ton, but I think I got at least 4 or 5. I got Pumpkinhead, Motel Hell, Battle Beyond the Stars, Platoon.
Nice.
I think that's all I got from them in terms of steelbooks. Yeah.
This is a good one if for Runner and anybody that doesn't know what this is about. It's about a small town, mining town in Canada, because it is in Canada, which is it's kind of weird when you find when you're hearing all these people talk. It's like so Canadian. The people are so Canadian, but it's a good one. Years ago in the small town of Valentine, I believe, it was Valentine. I just watched it, but I can't remember. A mining accident occurred. 5 men were left in the mine because their bosses left to go to the Valentine's Day party instead of waiting for everybody to come up. And when they got back to him, one guy had 8 the other ones, and they put him in a mental ward, and he broke out the next year, and he killed a bunch of people, and he said he'd keep coming back if they keep holding the Valentine's Day party. So they stopped holding the Valentine's Day party, and so 20 years later, they decided to hold the Valentine's Day party again, and the miner guy shows up and starts killing people. And is it Harry Warden, the guy that was trapped in the mine, or is it somebody else? So that's the mystery of the movie. So it's a pretty good one. I liked it. What's up, Snow?
What's up, Snow Dad?
Yeah, so now that it's all quieted down after all those jokes.
Oh, no, it's snow.
It's snow. But yeah, I had to get. I mean, it was technically it was given. I had a card of money, and I just picked this out because I wanted it, and it was really super cheap. Plus, it was free to me, so I had to get it, and I like it. It's a great one. I actually haven't seen the remake, but I've heard actually a lot of people have gone back and enjoyed the remake a little bit more than originally thought. So I'll have to check out the remake now after I've seen that one. But that was my last.
Surprisingly, not one I have, and I don't really remember it all that well. I mean, I know the movie. I think I've seen the remake, but I remember hating it. That's all.
That's what a lot of people hated the remake. It came out the same year as the Friday 13th remake.
Yeah,
so,
sounds about right.
Yeah, it was one of the 2000s remakes. So,
yeah.
But this one is really good, and it's got a lot of good, clever kills. The gore, it's not too gory, but it's a good one. It's a classic, and it's interesting to see them in a coal mine and stuff. So. Something different.
Working in a gold mine, going down, down, down.
All right. Snow says, I want to do a big panel for the Thing 40th anniversary later this month. Oh, that'd be a good one.
I told Snow in the chat that I'd be down for that if he had room, because that's one of my favorite movies of all fucking time. I love that movie.
I love that movie.
It is the definition of a perfect movie.
It's a great flick. Great one. Well, Martin Vasquez, I'm glad you're here, even though this is the end of the show.
I know it's sacrilege, but that's not even in my top probably 3 or 5 Carpenter films, actually. It's up there, but it's not one of my favorites.
The Thing?
Yeah.
The Thing is my...
I like it, but...
It's my favorite John Carpenter film.
I like Halloween and They Live and The Fog.
Halloween, They Live. I would go.
You like The Fog more than
Halloween?
Actually, I do.
Really?
I would go Halloween, The Thing, They Live.
I mean, technical wise and all that shit.
I mean, listen,
script wise, The Thing
is
probably
Starman
a better
would
film.
be the top 5. My top 5.
Yeah, Starman's actually better than The Thing too. Yeah. That's just my personal opinion, though.
Okay, Starman is probably number 2 for me. I'll be honest with you. The Fog,
I didn't grow up on The Thing like most people did, though, either. Like, that was one of the John Carpenter movies I didn't really get to see until I was like a teenager.
Well, Halloween was the first John Carpenter film I saw, and then after that I saw Big Trouble in Little China, and then
I kind of like that a little better than The Thing, too, personally.
It moves faster than The Thing, I'll give you that. But
I like The Thing, and again, technical wise, like I said, I won't argue with anybody, and script wise and all that business. But
No Love for Ghost of Mars.
Oh, that's his best movie ever. Not.
It's like that from Wayne's World. That guy, what's he say?
Sorry, I don't know where that came from.
Not. Guys, I fell on my keys.
Guys, I fell on my keys. Oh, thank you guys. That was awesome. I got to run here soon. So
all right, let's close it out. That was my last pick. If you've not seen my Bloody Valentine, the original, I recommend it. It's a great Canadian horror flick that you wouldn't expect to come from Canada. But thank you, Tom.
Canada.
Yeah, blame Canada. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Runner. Hell to everybody in the chat. Snowdub, Martin Vasquez. I'm sorry you came in late, and Mike Tochi and the Peter Venkman fan site. Dan Blackburn, Brandon Bad Creator, Dalton B, Night Owl, Tommy from the Guinea Pig Collective, Cynical, Brian Barth, and if I missed your name, Victor Fontaine. If I missed your name, Trastash. Sorry, I've seen a couple there. If I missed your name, I apologize. But thank you guys for coming, Tom. You know what we do here, so we got to get it set up here. To everybody in the chat and everybody watching.
Can you fly?
How you doing? Bitches leave.